Fix your cord.
Fucking
Or just like
shit.
wiggle it. I don't know. It's like fuzzy.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
think
unplug
it's.
it.
Maybe it's.
Fuck.
Good lord.
Why does our mixer do that?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded like it went through the fucking void just now.
100 episodes in, and that's what our mixer does. Fuck.
Our mixer is the tesseract to the void. It's the black hole.
The first hand, yeah.
That was the handshake.
Yeah.
Right there.
It is the bookshelf of
Yeah,
Interstellar.
exactly.
Gross.
Yeah, there was a message in that just now.
Oh wait, there was a message?
Yeah, I mean, you heard it, right?
Did we get it on tape?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
Josh,
have it here.
Yeah,
Play back. I
You
can
kn-
decipher it.
You know Morse code,
Yeah,
right?
easily.
Let's
All
play
right.
it back.
This is
Go.
it. This was it.
Well, it's clear as day. It should have been saying we should have watched the Impractical Jokers movie
Okay, yeah,
instead
bet.
of Interstellar.
Right,
That's
to
what
save
the people
humanity.
were calling
Yeah,
for.
well, it is to save humanity. It's available on the Impractical Jokers Plus streaming service.
You're just in there punching buttons to send us.
It was clear as day. I don't know what to tell you.
Nope. Episode Hondo.
Why are you
Interstellar.
Matthew McConaughey?
Hey, hey, hey.
That's not what he says.
Every fucking week, new movies get released. How does anyone ever see these? There are too many movies.
Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies, episode 100, family.
Yeah.
Give us some more horns.
did it.
100.
We will now play 100 horns for each episode.
To commemorate the episode, I will silently count to 100 in my head.
All right.
I'm gonna pour out 100 of drops in my drink for every episode we've done. Right?
For the homies. For the
homies.
blood rellies.
For the blood relatives. Shout out to that.
Thank you for listening and getting us to 100 episodes.
Yeah.
You guys did it,
Yeah,
not us.
all of you guys did that.
We didn't do it together.
Not countless hours of editing and marketing and outreach.
I did a
and Photoshop.
telethon.
Yeah, you did.
No one called.
He just sat by his
He
phone.
sat by his phone. He didn't even tweet his number. He just sat by his phone. It was like, the telethon is live.
No one's calling. What is this?
He just declared it aloud. The telethon is live.
Kristen's like, what? You're like, nothing.
Don't worry about it. I'm doing my own thing.
Podcast stuff. Business. Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies. This week we watched Interstellar for the 100th episode. A movie that has been a part of our culture, if we can say we have one.
our visual language.
Yeah. There it is.
Busting that nut super early.
Nice.
Gotta do it, dude. I'm
100.
not gonna let Hoity Van Hoytema fucking dictate when we kick the
Is
plant
that
on this episode.
the photography director?
The director of photography.
The Bingy von Bingy Bing?
100 Bingy Bun Bingy Bing. The
Whatever they're-
photography director.
I really want our podcast credits to now include the director, the photography director, Bingy Van Bingy Bing.
Bingy bung bingy bung.
That's the one credit we have at the end of the
Yeah.
episode.
So anyways, this week we watched Interstellar, but before we talk about Interstellar, we're going to talk about what we've been watching and who wants to kick it off.
I'll do it. Great. All right. I have been watching one thing. I saw one thing.
Ooh.
Short week, guys. But I saw La Vie en Rose.
Oh, I've heard of that.
It is the biopic of Edith Piaf, the fucking French singer from France.
And
Oh,
she sings that
Thank you for
song.
clarifying that the French singer was from France, first of all.
Portrayed by Marianne Cotillard. It is the most French movie of all time.
Marianne
Yeah.
Cotillard.
Marianne Cotillard.
Who is this? Is it an opera singer or something?
You've heard the song for sure.
Yeah, she did the Inception.
Interstellar?
She did the Inception song. The fucking bwomp bwomp. Bum, ba,
She
bum,
invented
ba, bum.
dubstep.
Oh, that song.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, Hans Zimmer did that song, first of all. I'm like, what are you talking about?
But sped up, it is that song.
That song.
He
That song.
recorded it through a wax cylinder in 1890.
Yes.
So there's a biopic on him.
No, Edith Piaf.
Her.
The singer, yeah.
Great.
Have you ever had pilaf, by the way?
No.
So good.
What makes her interesting?
My wife wanted to watch it, dude.
Okay, I'm just asking. Why is there a biopic on
Why
her?
do I care about a singer?
Why is there? What's special about
She
her?
was born to a homeless woman and was raised in a brothel and was.
Bummer, dude.
So she's Richard Pryor?
I mean, I guess so.
Bummer, dude. So it's about her overcoming.
It is a
that
big white
upbringing.
bummer movie for sure.
It's an upbringing thing. Like,
Yeah, but she dealt with a lot of shit, a lot of drugs.
is that what that song's about?
No,
Yo.
the song is actually translated to "I have no regrets," but
Oh.
she has plenty of regrets, dude.
Yikes.
Namely her eyebrows. Jesus Christ.
Oof. Are they like free to
Look up
color
a photo
eyebrows?
of her eyebrows, dude.
I'm good.
Just look up a photo of her eyebrows.
I mean,
now.
I'm sure some of the podcast listeners will do that.
Did she shape them into like a warship or something?
They're just lines. They're just like the chola
On her
eyebrows.
like Chola.
Lean like a chola, dude. She
That's
just had
hilarious.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a real fucked up life, but pretty good movie.
When did this come out?
2007.
Wow.
Where did you see it?
I rented it.
And would you recommend? Oh, Prime probably.
No, Apple TV.
Okay. Would you recommend it?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was. I mean, it was fine. Pretty fucking slow.
But it was white bummer as fuck.
White bummer as fuck.
I-
I love Marianne Cotillard. That was about it. You know, it's
Cool.
like good performance.
I
but-
think the next. You remember how there used to be like disaster movie and scary movie and not another teen movie?
Yes.
I think white bummer needs to be the next movie
the,
of that.
the next parody movie.
And everyone just dies.
I like it.
But it's comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. All of our struggles are existential because we don't have any
Just
other really struggles.
Big Sad the movie.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
Big Sad movie.
The big sad. That just becomes a category at the Oscars. And
Big Sad.
And the best white bummer goes
the
to.
saddest face.
That is now going to be a category in our awards. thing.
Oh, just
So-
wait till you motherfuckers see what we have planned for the Oscars. All right, just you wait.
I'll give you
Granted,
a-
that's the first thing we've come up with.
I'll give you
like,
two words. Thickest daddy.
Anyways, so
Biggest sad of 2021.
so that movie's fine.
It's fine. I wouldn't recommend it unless you really like French people and shit.
Unless you're really sad already and
you're
you just want to
into-
double down.
If you're into some French shit, I guess.
If you're into just old French opera, I
Yeah.
guess that's right up your alley.
Like that song from The Sound of Metal where he's got all his best friends in there and he's like, let me play the saddest song ever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, if you want to hear that song from Inception,
yeah. Just watch Inception.
Yeah,
just watch Inception.
Alex, what have you been watching?
I watched a Netflix murder porn called Did You Kill Me?
Okay.
Or
I
Why
saw
Did You
that-
Kill Me?
I saw that
Why Did You
series.
Kill Me?
Yeah.
It is a movie.
Good.
Which I immediately brings up like 3 tiers for me when it's not a series and it's a murder porn because it's whatever. But it's really interesting, and it's also another one of those movies that proves America's the best country.
Ooh, of
when
course.
when a person gets murdered and then random civilians are like, I'll be a vigilante.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The internet vigilantes.
The
Yeah.
internet sleuths.
Yeah,
right?
and they like don't tell the cops, so the cops are like, cool, we can't use any of this. Like,
Great.
It's crazy shit.
So-
it's worth watching. It's a crazy story, but it's also a bummer.
Yeah, that sounds like a big bummer.
Big bummer AF.
Big
Is
white
it
bummer.
is it a film or documentary?
It's a film.
Okay.
Wait, no, it's a doc.
Oh wait, no, a documentary. I'm sorry. I thought you said series. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a. I was like, no, not actors.
It's a dramatization
okay.
starring
It has-
the guy from 24.
Really?
No.
Oh, Jesus
Key
Christ.
for something
All right.
random.
So you'd recommend it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Doesn't overstay its welcome. It's very interesting.
Dare I ask? Is there anything else you've been watching?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
There is
we
a new
go.
YouTuber I've discovered. His name is Mr. Ballin.
Okay, what
And
does
it's-
Mr. Balling do?
He tells short stories, and that's it. He just tells short stories.
About what?
Just true things that happened that are like, it's very clickbaity, but I've been watching it. It's all the videos are literally titled like 3 stories that sound crazy, but they're true. And
Turn
guess
sexual.
what? Guess
This
what?
is-
They are true and they are crazy.
Cool.
So, okay, if you have to say, "Hey guys," if you have to preface a story with, "Hey guys, true story," that shit didn't happen.
But one of his videos went over specifically in pretty good detail the Byford Dolphin diving accident, which is where the famous delta pressure information happens.
Well, shouts to the Delta Pressure Gang.
Yes. Still arguing.
Yep. So, would you recommend Mr. Balling?
I do recommend Mr. Balling.
Cool, great.
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
Why is he called Mr. Balling?
That's his last name.
You know what fucking makes me so mad?
What?
People that make their internet accounts their fucking name. It just like their email's fine, but I'm like, I'm talking about like their gamer tag or something.
Yeah.
If I fight
Yeah.
somebody in Rocket League and their name, it's just like
John Philip Sousa.
It's like Jake Bauer. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you were asked for a gamer tag and you entered
John
your
Weaver
fucking
the
name.
Third.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like John. I'm just
John.
John, like that's it. They just are so dead on the inside.
Yep.
Shouts to my nickname Lil Buoyancy on everything.
Yeah. Anyways,
Check out my Cam Models account.
Nice.
only cams.
Cam models.
Only Cam. Yeah.
Free live cams.
Free live cams.
Are you seriously jerking off alone?
You loser.
Anyways, welcome back to the fucking
There's
show.
like 1,000 horny MILFs right down the street.
Click now.
in your area, dude?
Anyways,
Tiny dick? Question mark?
it's just Josh, a picture of Josh. Like,
It's just like, and then a Photoshop dick like just traveling across your screen, like,
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's Josh, and it's like this one trick will make you.
and it's him like doing this.
It's like pinching.
It's just that
the-
graph where it's clearly a different man's dick, and then like a different race entirely
Yeah.
dick is like.
before, after.
That dick's circumcised. Like,
and it's like the move, like the picture. It looks like they just kind of like pinch their balls.
yeah.
Something where it's like this one trick will naturally make
Boink,
it. I'm just like,
boink,
what the
boink.
fuck is this?
Just do this 80 hours a day and you'll have a 3-foot-long dick.
like apparently anybody jerking off gets a targeted ad for having a small penis. What?
It could totally be bigger. You're like, God damn it.
It's like
cool.
you must be jerking off because you're not fucking a real person, right? It's because you have a small dick, right? It's all these leaps that machine learning is making.
I'm going to make my text tone you saying, were you jerking off alone? Just,
Your phone just goes off. So, anyways, how's Mr. Balling?
it's good. I recommend it.
Awesome.
If we didn't have female listeners before, we definitely don't have them anymore.
Yeah, episode 100 is when we finally.
Doing an Anne Hathaway movie.
Yeah. So great. Mr. Balling's awesome. So
I'm all done.
you guys
I'm done.
Okay, great. So I've been watching. I started Invincible, a series on Amazon, the animated hero series.
Yeah,
thing.
it's supposed to be like a
Wait, Heroes.
off the cuff Justice League sort of.
Oh.
It's like The Boys, but animated so far.
Oh, okay.
It's like I've only watched the pilot, and this is per recommendation as somebody in the Discord. I think Swoletarian.
Solitariat, yeah.
I think so. I think
Yes.
he recommended it to me. It's very intriguing. I'm excited to watch more. It's got a great pilot.
Is there a character named Vince in the story anywhere?
I already have forgot. So it was
The only thing that matters.
so are you digging it though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got J.K. Simmons. It's got Stephen
Yeah.
Yeun. Stephen Yeun plays like the main kid
Hell
who's
yeah.
like coming into getting powers and stuff. And it's the same kind of premise. There's superheroes in a modern society. It's like, what are the repercussions in reality type of situation. So it's like Watchmen, The Boys.
I'm getting pretty over the whole superhero thing.
Yeah, I am too. But like,
Spielberg was right.
but you mean
You remember-
Scorsese?
No,
Same thing.
Steven Spielberg, like I want to say it was like 5 or 6 years ago. He's like, yeah, we're sort of like in like a big bubble of superhero movies where it's like there's a few or 5 or 10 that come out every year, and it's gonna go the way of the Western or the spaghetti Western. Like, it's gonna be this renaissance that will eventually dissipate. And I think now we're sort of in that bubble where it's like it kind of feels like after Endgame of all fucking movies, it's like. Yeah,
all done.
it feels
Yeah.
kind of over.
A little bit.
Yeah, well,
We're
Endgame
Like the
was
next phase of Marvel, like is just like
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, dude.
Well, not yet, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Where it's like that loop kind of got closed with Endgame and
If
Justice
it's-
League Snyder Cut. We're kind of just like, all
If
right,
it becomes
now what?
oversaturated, then it's just
yeah,
like what is there really to look forward to? I guess the Batman, like I know we're all stoked for that, but it's like other than that,
yeah.
But that's like a constant in our lives. Like no matter what, at any moment in our lives, we can go back and think they're making a Batman movie right now.
yeah,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
always
That's
cool
true.
with that. I'm
Yeah,
always
that's
cool with
true.
that. That's the one where I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just keep rebooting that till we.
Fine. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
And we got the perfect Batman trilogy in our lifetime.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
You're like, motherfucker, say something.
There's no debating.
There's no debate. We did.
So, anyways, Invincible's pretty good. I'm gonna watch.
Neato.
I'm gonna watch more. One more thing I watched. I give this a big recommend. It's called Sputnik. It's a horror alien horror thriller.
Yo.
It's I think I rented it on Amazon Prime. It's Russian, but it's great. I mean, the music, the cinematography, the overall premise is really fucking good. I don't want to give too much away, but it's worth watching. Check out Sputnik. It's like a much better version of Splice.
Oh, nice.
That? It's like there's
Less sexy.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck.
Do they fuck her?
Nope, they
forehead?
don't. They don't. They don't
Okay.
fuck the alien. I'll just say that right now.
There's only one way to stop this alien, guys. And as human beings, we know what to do.
I'm Adrian Bodie, and I'm gonna fuck this alien.
We just fuck it till it does what we want. That's awful. I don't know.
So that happened in Splice. Spoiler for that movie that came
Yeah.
out 20 years ago, or whatever the fuck. But, anyways, it's check out Sputnik. It's
If
really
any
good.
human being can fuck an alien, it's Adrian Brody.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
He's
Look
a
at
handsome
him.
guy.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. The Pianist.
The pianist.
Isn't that Roman Polanski?
I think so.
Fuck that guy.
You know, they gave him like a Lifetime Achievement Award and like an Oscar well beyond the known fact that he was not a good guy.
Did you know that Lifetime Achievement Award was a ploy for him to come back to the States so that they could detain him? And that's why he didn't come back and get it?
Accepting via webcam.
Yep.
And they're like, damn it!
Almost had him.
There's like cops
Free
on the
TVs.
stage. There's cops on the stage like waiting. They're like, fuck! He didn't come. All the band that's right under the stage.
On the catwalk,
They all
like-
have guns and shit. They all are like ready to pounce on Roman Polanski when he comes to accept the award. And he's just like,
Now via Zoom.
Yeah,
Roman Polanski.
We were banking on this.
God damn it. He's got like a green screen setup of like him in it's, I don't know. Just
In a hot tub.
in one of his movies or something.
I was gonna say Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
just that fucking fake jokey
Oh,
background that every fucking
The beginning of pandemic.
every funny guy at the office has to have
Whoa.
now.
I haven't even seen that. Is it just like tigers behind you or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. At the beginning of the pandemic, everybody was like, "Look, I'm in Tiger King."
Something you can legally do in America somehow.
Oh my god, funny fucking joke, Chad. Tell us about the stocks.
Tell us stonks.
I'm like the funniest guy in the office. When we go to comedy shows, I'm always like chiming in with the comedian and
He's
letting
like
him know
invest
what's
in
funny.
Dogcoin.
Yeah. People like always say I'm the funny one. People say I should do comedy.
So I don't do it. Like I just do I do the comedians a favor. Like I give them a chance.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
There's this one time I referenced a Will Ferrell movie and it fucking killed The
Oh, that
Office.
fucking killed it.
I was like, "Oh, we'll have so much more room for activities." Fucking murder.
I killed the room. Killed the
Fucking
room.
Killed it, bro. Anyways,
Fuck that guy.
Anyways, I've been
And then
watching-
our jokes never land.
Yeah.
At the office.
yeah, I've been there. Where
Yep.
it's like I make a genuinely good joke. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I'll make something that's genuinely funny, and it goes over some people's head, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm not the idiot for the record here.
Yeah. Like you make a
You
joke.
guys are fucking dumb for not laughing at that."
You make a joke that doesn't land. No one laughs, and you just go, "Fuck you." Fucking everyone.
Fuck everyone.
Fuck all of you.
They're like,
I'm
"Geez."
out of here.
They're like, geez, what's up with Chris?
They're like, actually, I didn't hear what you said. Well,
Like, huh? Take out their earbud.
I fucking quit. What, dude?
you're on mute.
I'm like having a full tantrum on mute. I'm literally
Like
quitting my job
stomping.
on mute, and they're like, Chris, you're muted. I'm just throwing my computer.
Like, what'd you say? I'm sorry. You're like, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, shall we get into the movie we've been watching?
And what a movie we've been watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we are doing Interstellar for the 100th
Obviously.
episode. A movie that's very pivotal in all of our fucking...
And you motherfuckers
episodes.
knew we were going to do it.
Yeah,
That's,
It's
they called
obvious.
it,
that's
yeah.
the part that's like, oh, you fuckers. But also, thank you for
Yeah.
listening to us.
Thanks for being our listeners, basically.
And just knowing us.
Knowing us, yeah, and getting
Yeah.
us. We feel seen. But yeah, so Interstellar, directed by Christopher Nolan, came out 2014.
2014.
Okay.
And dude, this is only the second Christopher Nolan movie we've done on the podcast, and we probably bring him up more than any filmmaker.
True.
Yeah.
In Nolan we trust, basically, is like the tagline of our podcast.
Yeah.
In Nolan we trust. It's just the logo and then in Nolan we trust underneath.
That should be a shirt or something.
Yeah. If only.
I would let him skin me and use me as a rug in his den.
Yeah.
You know, he has like 4 houses.
Yeah.
But it's not a mansion. He
No.
basically he has
He's just smart.
4 or 5 separate houses that he's enclosing inside of an area. Like he
Yep.
bought all the land and built some houses.
So not a compound, but
Yeah, it's pretty fucking wild.
yeah.
So I'm gonna go to the second house.
Yeah,
Emma, fuck you.
He made $20 million off this movie alone, and then 20% of the profits of this movie on top of that.
Big brain.
Holy fuck.
Hey,
dude.
I'm done making movies after Interstellar.
Well,
if I
dude,
was him.
Dude,
Yeah.
to really comprehend how big this movie is, dude, 2 studios.
Yeah,
Two fucking
two studios funded this movie, and
With their full funds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Paramount and Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And the deal caused Warner Brothers to have to like give up things to Paramount in order for this movie to take place. So South Park, all of the rights to South Park were
oh
transferred
my
over
God.
to Paramount. And what was the other one?
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. The entire series
Yeah,
to
they-
make
On
this
this
movie.
new one-off IP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they forfeited. They
Crazy.
forfeited Friday the 13th and the rights to South Park to Paramount so they could help make this movie.
Yep.
They were like, "Please let us suck your dick,
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan. Please,
Yeah.
we will lick your butt.
Anyone
we will
that-
go from ass to tip of your like all of it, and give you stuff
Yeah.
to fucking be a part of this."
And he's like, maybe.
He's
I'll think about it.
Yeah, if you know.
I'll have to meditate in my 4th house for a day.
Yeah,
so.
he's like, you two fight it out. I'm gonna go make art, and then they fucking came to that deal.
What a fucking master. dude.
Biggest dick. Do you think he has a wheelbarrow or like a caterpillar
A tractor.
truck to bring his big
Yeah.
fucking dick around set?
I think he has a pretty average sized dick, and
First of all, how dare you?
no, I think it's pretty average, but he has the biggest balls on human.
True.
He's just one big testicle.
The biggest human
rolling around.
We're
recorded
actually
ball.
on Christopher Nolan's testicles right now.
Yeah.
That
The
was
Earth.
They modeled the black hole in Interstellar
He's like,
after
"Check
his
this out."
testicle. He's like, I want you to make it. Here's your reference, CG artist, right here.
They're like,
It's a big ass testicle. It's like got swirlies around it.
They're like, it's spherical.
Does it have its own gravity? It's got its own
Big
gravitational pull.
Yeah. That dude is.
He fucks.
He's just on another big brain
He
level.
fucks the
dude.
whole industry, man.
that
Like-
dude pisses cum.
He is. Imagine being that big brain, though.
Yeah.
For a moment.
Dude, that's the whole time I was watching it, I was like, I was so in my own head about like, I wouldn't be able to handle having thought up this story, written it down, and not being able to be like, everyone, look, look what I did.
Yeah.
Well, it's also you got to give credit to his brother too.
Yeah,
Jonathan
co-wrote,
Nolan,
right?
Yeah.
Who basically wrote most of it.
Oh.
He actually pitched Spielberg was supposed to direct it,
But okay, so.
and he ended up pitching it to his brother when Spielberg turned it down.
But the movie that Jonathan Nolan wrote is a stark difference to the movie that Christopher Nolan.
That's true. It's very different.
Christopher Nolan brought in probably the standard movie ideas.
Christopher
right?
Nolan brought in the entire aspect of like the father-child aspect,
Making
and
it human, which he always
Right.
does.
making it human, and then Jonathan Nolan's was very much like science fiction, and
Sure.
it had like monsters that absorbed the sun's energy, or aliens that absorbed the sun's energy, and like the first ice planet included like tunnels that were built by the Chinese government, and
Oh shit.
yeah, like
go read a synopsis of the original Interstellar script. It's basically like China beat us to the space.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is like they made a bunch of wormholes and black holes and shit.
Exactly.
Like the whole premise is basically America's chasing China through the space, and then they get to the
Yeah, it's not nearly as good.
no. It's you read the synopsis and you're just like what? And then basically at the end of the chase, like they're both racing off the planet or whatever. Like basically the guy goes, "I'm gonna go home."
Yeah.
Basically what happens at the end of that.
I'm sure it could have been cool on its own, but the fact is, Interstellar exists.
Yeah.
in our
And it's
world.
a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
So just I don't think we need to are we going to go through the movie like plot for plot? I feel like we can just talk about it.
Let's just talk about it. Okay,
That's what we can talk about specific scenes if we want, but like
The first thing I want to kind of get out of the way, and like this is kind of what I wrote a lot about this on, is the Hans Zimmer score.
Oh my God.
Just the
Dude.
fucking score
carried it.
Like, and yes, it carries the entire
it takes
fucking
it
movie.
to the next like 17 levels.
Without Hans Zimmer, I don't think Interstellar is Interstellar. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, it is just not the same
You can-
fucking movie.
and it's so many different vibes.
And I have
throughout.
a
Yes.
story to share with you guys about this. So before Nolan started working on the script that Jonathan Nolan did write, he wrote a one page Precis, and I didn't even know what the fuck this was, about a father and son, partially inspired by a conversation that he had with Hans Zimmer. The line that Hans Zimmer eventually said to Christopher Nolan that kind of like sparked this idea of like how to make Interstellar work was, once your children are born, you can never look at yourself through your own eyes anymore. You always look at yourself through their eyes. This became a fable used by Nolan throughout the writing process for, Christopher and Jonathan Nolan. You could read it as a ghost story, that notion of the parent as a ghost of the child's future.
Deep shit.
Bruh.
Big brain, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Fucking shit, dude.
If there's any reason not to have kids, I'm like I don't want to look at a kid and just be like, oh shit, like my soul just becoming a ghost. Like
You're looking at your beautiful child that you just made for the first time, and you're just thinking this.
becoming a ghost in my head. Just me like, oh shit. Man, what if I said? What if they hand me the kid? Like, literally, like they're like, "Here's your son." I'm holding it. I just go, "Oh shit!" Like,
He's
Chris,
like,
are
I don't
you
want
okay?
him. I don't want him. I don't want him.
I just like, can we put him back?
Just put him back in.
His return. What's the return policy?
Let's take him away.
Yeah, that's a fucking deep cut that I don't think I can handle.
Chris Nolan, he took this, kind of like space opera or whatever that Jonathan Nolan, put together and gave it this human aspect of the father and the child, dude.
That's a reoccurring theme in the movie too. It's like there's science and there's their logical brain, and then there's love and humanity.
Yeah,
throughout the whole movie, where it's like the family or love interest, whatever it is.
That balance is fucking perfect.
Right, and the implication that love is a tangible force, and the first time you hear Anne Hathaway's monologue. The first time you watch the movie, you're like, "This is some dumb love shit."
Yeah, Anne Hathaway
they needed this in the movie,
right?
Well, yeah. Also, it was it's always alluded by the robots, even I have to cater to you emotional beings, because you will fuck this up, right. Yeah. And that's a theme in 2001 also with Hal, where it's Hal's you guys are fucking dumb.
Absolutes.
Yes. Yeah. And so like you were saying.
So the first time you watch the movie, you're like, this is kind of a sort of typical love monologue in a sci-fi movie. But every other subsequent watch through, it has so much more impact because of what it does for the story.
It basically, they equate love and that connection to gravity, something that can
something we don't understand as well.
Something that's multidimensional and can go through dimensions.
And I honestly think that this is something that was kind of touched upon in the movie Contact, is that love is another dimension.
I love Contact, by the way.
Dude, Contact is fucking brilliant, dude. So fucking good.
It kept coming up in my research for this movie, and I'm just I need to rewatch it because it's been a while.
So, do you remember much about Contact, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen it.
Okay.
It's as much as you remember from a movie you've seen 10 some years ago. But
okay.
It's insane that it also stars Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Contact is the one with the girl from Panic Room, right?
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
she
great.
fucking schmacks in that movie.
goes into fucking another dimension and then comes back out. And they're like, oh, you've been gone a day or something or whatever.
She's like, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was because of Contact why I kind of justify the bookshelf scene. And I know a lot of people are critical of it.
Including me.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Bugs me a little bit.
But in Contact, it makes so much sense that it's oh yeah, they're giving you this physical representation that you would understand as a human being to understand the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And that's why the bookshelf for me works in this. In that maybe it wasn't explained as well as it was in Contact, but it's they have to present you this physical form of explanation.
Something in a third dimension.
Right.
That you can understand from the perspective of a 5-dimensional being.
Right. I talk about this a lot, and this is getting more serious, but we are really just perceiving and interpreting our universe, which is fucking wild when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's just our brains going, I think that's what that is.
Right.
Light going into your eyes and being decoded. It's just there's all kinds of invisible things. We actually only see 2% of the visible spectrum or some crazy shit.
We're all looking at our nose
insane.
right now.
Yeah, it's so unbelievable. We literally only see a small percentage of the colors that are possible,
right,
or the things that are possible.
In your brain's let me take care of the rest.
Yeah,
you can't handle it.
We're just there could be ghosts, could be real, spirits could be real. Whatever we interpret as that could be floating in front of our face that we can't see. 4th dimension, 5th dimension, all that weird shit. The stuff that we're trapped in, something that we're this little observer inside of a cage. and the cage is our body, and perception is like the cage, cage. Where
like
it's
goldfish in a bowl.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
we can only see what's right there. It's like, you don't see Wi-Fi.
We can only see what the
radio
capacity
waves.
of our brain allows us to see.
Right.
And there is much more beyond that.
Right. We see XYZ when really there's fucking. It's a sphere that just goes vroom, infinitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and we only see square XYZ, like
Yeah, like
length, width, and height. Like that's all we get.
Yeah, like there are radio waves from a comedy show in the 60s that are playing somewhere by Pluto right now. And they're physically, they technically are there.
Yeah,
But
we
they're
can't
just
see them.
traveling. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that like gravity in itself is just another thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
It's not like
and it is a force we can't understand, which
exactly, but it's like that's just a malleable thing that they're able to utilize
Yes.
to communicate.
Yeah.
Versus us, where it's like, no, we're bound by gravity, literally.
Yeah.
It's like
and it's like our fucking stupid stick and stone brains. Like, what? How do we get defy gravity? Well, we shoot something in this direction so that we go this direction.
Yeah.
we're so fucking primitive when we really think about it.
yeah.
Like we fucking a rocket shooting fuel this way to go this way.
Yeah.
it's like, and meanwhile, aliens are literally bending gravitational space.
they're like, we put the gravity there so you wouldn't leave, assholes.
Straight up.
Like, that's the theory behind saucers, by the way. They manipulate space time with a mineral that basically allows them to. That's why they can go
One
zip,
mineral.
zip, zip, zip. That's why they can just basically move like that without
Yeah.
any actual propulsion.
Right.
It's like they're literally just.
There's no sound either, right?
Yeah, they're literally
Supposedly.
just like. Yeah, just fucking bending gravity. They're utilizing.
It's just like
They're in dev
pointing
mode.
and clicking a mouse. Like it's
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
it just is.
Yeah. Also, they hide in the ocean, but that's a whole other conversation.
They're also in a secret base in
What is
Antarctica.
the ocean if not space?
They're
Dude.
turning the frogs gay.
For real.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, they're turning the frogs gay. The vaccines. The aliens came here and gave us a vaccine.
Cool guy.
Anyways, not to get all Alex Jonesy, but a lot of the saucers they go straight down, and it's just like, oh, we lost them because my jet can't go into the water. And the aliens are just like, zip, we're in the water now. Space.
Some whale's like, the fuck?
I mean, like the most existential crisis ever. He's like, whoa, and then like, zip, and they're gone. He's just like,
Just from afar, just like a.
yeah. Anyways, back to the movie we're talking about, and
Yes.
not basically our worldviews.
Anne Hathaway. More like Anne Bathaway. This bitch doesn't take a bath the whole movie.
Nice one.
Thanks.
Welcome back to this comedy podcast.
Okay, so
Let's end on that note.
one thing that I wrote about this is that like Murph is like at the very beginning, she's fucking like annoying, kind of.
Yeah, because she's a child actor.
Right.
Can't escape it.
No.
You mean
what
her
I mean-
character itself?
her character herself.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's like, well, it's like Matthew McConaughey's character Cooper doesn't realize how annoying she is because it's like it is just like copy paste himself into a child. You know what I mean?
What's his
And
daughter?
like her curiosity is actually what gets them where they need to go.
Right.
Like her unwillingness to like just take an answer for what it is, and like especially with the theory that fucking Michael Caine never solves. And just her unwillingness to just let that be. Like, okay, well, you didn't figure it out, dumbass.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, time is a fucking bitch, huh, guys?
The fact that Michael Caine even says that, he's like, I'm a fucking physicist. I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of time.
Felt that.
Bruh.
Like, it's just
same,
another one.
Same, Sir Michael Caine.
Big same.
Same.
Big
Also,
same.
I'm no physicist.
Physicist.
What's a physicist?
It's kind of like a physicist, but it has tits. It's a physitits.
so, Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
That reminds me, in third grade, this is unrelated. In third grade, we were talking about Hitler, naturally, and the teacher said, "Who knows what a dictator is?" And some girl said, "It's a tater with a dick." Just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it makes sense when you think of it. Like,
Sure.
I can see how she got there. Is all I'm saying.
brain of a
But anyways, so back to Interstellar. You were saying the score carries the movie. I agree.
Fuck,
there are
man.
so many scenes. Like, let's
Every piece of music in this movie is
fucking phenomenal. I could listen to
Absolutely
the
perfect.
fucking soundtrack and cry.
Yeah.
It's the weight of time and relativity is felt to me in the score.
Yeah, like
Where
no pun
it's
intended, the gravity of every moment.
The gravity
Genuinely.
of the instruments and the weight and the bass and
The fact that he recorded this on like a 1,000-year-old organ.
Bruh.
bro.
He went to a fucking like a church.
That's made of the organ.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
That is built upon the organ.
Yeah.
Didn't he play one of the first times he played for Nolan? Didn't he play it in the church for him?
No.
Oh my bad.
That's cheating.
I thought
he
it-
played on the world's biggest organ.
That's like, hey,
Speaking of the
Holy
world's
shit,
biggest
this
organ.
is great.
he didn't send him a Dropbox link. He's like, you need to fly to Italy and come to this crazy church.
No,
composing your score. And
Yeah.
just fucking.
Well, Hans Zimmer didn't even know that it was supposed to be like a space movie.
Yeah.
All that.
Just the human element of the script.
That Precis, like I was talking about, written by Christopher Nolan, was like very basic, like a one-page story about like a father and a son.
Yeah.
Is what the original Precis was, and so Hans Zimmer kind of wrote it around like this really intimate story, and like he played it on a piano in his home for the first time for him. Whenever he said, like when they finally got together, and like Christopher Nolan's like, "This is perfect. All right, so this is a space movie," and fucking Hans Zimmer was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Like. Like, that's not... Like, this is like a personal piece of music. Like, if you're thinking space, it needs to be bigger. I need to do this. I need to do that. And he's like, no. The music itself, this is the heart of the movie. Like, the music is the heart of this fucking movie.
Yeah, but you gotta believe that as soon as he found out it was space, he took it up a notch.
Well,
yeah.
you can tell he did because there are those little, not references, but just little, like the instrumentation in some of the songs. Like,
yeah.
it's
I can't imagine like the theme from Interstellar, and it's just like, son.
I
love you so much, but
but my little league game is at 9 instead of 7.
son, I gotta go. I just can't. Yeah. And then he just goes to like his mistress, like
Yeah.
You know, like dads do.
Yeah,
But-
like no, he's got to go to Saturn with that music. where
But
it's like-
actually, dude, that music was written long before Interstellar for the movie The Weatherman with Nicolas Cage.
what that
Okay.
track?
That theme.
Like
Yep.
that theme was made for the Weatherman.
Yeah. Should I pull it up?
What, Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah.
No, I remember the movie. It's like a dark comedy. I
Yeah.
thought. Huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's when the first...
Weird.
That,
Can I be 100% honest with you,
What?
real quick?
Yeah.
I wish you didn't tell me that.
I mean, it's a different piece of music now, but like the notes were the same.
Oh, like the
That shit
progression.
happens all the time, dude. Like you're using a chordal structure.
Just Nicolas Cage going down the street getting apples thrown at him, like, just like fucking. I shouldn't have said it was gonna rain today.
Walking to his mausoleum he already bought.
Yeah, I said 40% chance. There was 0% chance.
It's not raining at all.
Hans Zimmer's like, I got this. Fucking darn. The Weatherman. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, your first draft of the music is a little extra.
It's
A little extra. Thinking more xylophones.
Yeah.
it is the same chord progression, but it is not the same music. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got it. It's the same, like on paper, it's the same. But
Yeah.
I
Like
get
when
what
you
you're
got a
saying.
cat playing a 2-5-1 on the piano and you got another cat
we don't-
playing a...
We don't have to put it in the show, but like just listen to the. Hold on, let me pull it up.
The Weatherman trailer starring Hans Zimmer's score.
Hans
Hans.
Hans.
Hans Zimmer. It's Hans Zimmer. Hands. What is this? I might get DMCA'd.
I know that we don't have to play it on the show. I was just saying.
Ooh, shit. It sounds like the silent...
Oh, it is like kind of the same notes.
Yeah, it's not the same music. It's the same chord progression.
Whoa.
Isn't that nuts?
That's wild. Well,
Bing, bong,
I'm glad
bing, bong.
it ended up where it is.
Yeah.
Be-doo.
So he composed that?
Be-doo. Yeah.
He's got a weird career, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta get
Dude,
to work
he also
week.
wrote Happy with fucking Pharrell Williams.
Okay, that's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Did not know that. He's like, this is easy mode for me.
Dude,
You want me to write a pop song?
Yeah.
He shits pop songs in the morning.
for real.
I bet. Dude, I didn't know that. That's actually fucking wild, but it
Yeah.
also explains why it's a great song, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, that like guitar solo at the end, that's Hans Zimmer. He
The
fucking
fuck?
he shreds at the end of that song.
It's hilarious. I like how I like imagining him as this amazing, super deep. He's composed some of the most epic scores of all time. He's like he kind of defined an epic score.
Yeah.
Like, he redefined it, right?
Yes.
Like as far as like
He is the biggest
biggest brain.
He is, I don't know how to say it, the most influential composer since John Williams.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's
I don't think there's any denying that.
No, you're 100% right. I agree. And
Because how many fucking composers do you know their name?
exactly.
Like fucking John Williams and Hans Zimmer. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Danny Elfman.
Yeah, I was going to argue Danny Elfman.
A close.
Yeah.
I mean, he's close, but he's not. I don't think Danny
Randy Newman.
In my mind, this is going to sound...
What if Randy Newman composed Interstellar?
Oh
And
my
it's just
God.
like him, like doing it, like fucking-
Driving through the cornfield, yeah. Gotta save my family. The alien's giving me the handshake.
got a country boy. He's a spaceman.
going through a black hole. That's the worst.
That was
Randy
Ray
Newman.
Romano.
I don't know what I'm doing. I've never attempted a Randy Newman. Give me a
It's
fucking
pretty
break.
good, though.
You got a friend.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's like
got a country boy. You got a country boy.
spaceman going through a black hole.
Space and time don't mean to buy.
Don't let me leave, Murph. Bookshelf.
Bookshelf.
Don't go quietly.
What if that's the scene?
He ends it on bookshelf.
Eat the dang good night.
Christopher Nolan's like, it's a little deeper than that, Randy. I think we're trying to go for like kind of a epic score type of thing.
Bookshelf.
Bookshelf.
That's the scene. Is like Matthew McConaughey is like the climax.
Bunga. Like he's running in to shut the window. He's like, bunga, bunga, bunk. Looking at the dust fall book.
It's the climax of the movie. Matthew McConaughey has just gone through a black hole, ends up in a text where he's like, bookshelf.
Dr. Man lied.
Read the sand, Murph.
All right, that's enough of that.
The gold did the white, yeah. It's fucking
Oh shit.
Christopher Nolan just like, oh fuck.
Hey man, you're fired.
He's like, I signed a contract and you owe me $100 million. I do this with every movie.
God.
Oh. Got fired from Christopher Nolan's film.
Go ahead and farm, son. Go burn down the farm. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Anyways, I would have liked to see that movie.
That'd be great.
Anyways, Danny Elfman is another name that is up there.
Up there.
As
up
we
there.
were talking
But
about.
I don't think he has the definitely. He's fucking amazing and he's done some amazing shit. I don't think he's on the same level quite as John Williams and Hans Zimmer.
Yeah,
I think they're in a league of their own.
I agree with that. I think
I hear you.
Well, it's like, fuck that. All of that.
No, like
I agree. Danny Elfman's a fucking master.
Yeah, like
No, I respect the opinion. Like,
John Williams.
if
and
they're
Hans
in
Zimmer.
your top echelon, they are.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they are.
They're S tier. Where it's like everybody's heard of them.
It's hard to argue that Danny Elfman isn't there, but for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
all I'm arguing is that he's up there with them.
It's like when someone says name a director. It's like Quentin Tarantino, Steven Spielberg.
Right.
It's like it's the two. Like you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like, name a composer.
Yeah.
Fucking Hans Zimmer, John
Beethoven and
Williams.
Bach.
Yeah, yeah. So anyways, you get the idea. Hans Zimmer's a modern Beethoven. Fuck with me.
Oh yeah,
That's real.
absolutely.
That's real.
And he also writes pop songs. So like,
Yeah.
like,
Making him arguably
it.
better.
yeah.
For Elise was arguably the first pop song because it was for a woman.
Oh,
It was for Elise.
for a girl named Elise.
Yeah, that's what that means. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Neato.
Welcome back to this movie podcast.
Hey.
So, where were we on this movie?
I mean, just fucking sucking Hans Zimmer's dick.
Sucking-
Han Dickmer's dick.
Han Dimmer's Zick, dude.
Sucking both of their dicks.
Dude, first of all, this movie I cry every time. Actually, when I watch this movie, like it not like full on like running down my face.
Yeah, but you
like,
get like the little whimpers on your corner of
Whenever
your
he
mouth.
leaves, dude. Like
Exactly.
Dude, you're like, don't live.
exactly what I was gonna talk about, dude. That
God.
score montage
Dude.
with
Like the flashes, yeah.
and the car mounts with it
Oh,
backwards.
I was just about to say that, you motherfucker.
Dude.
Fuck you, dude. The dude. When Hoytema fucking like all of a sudden puts a car mount, dude, or
Oh shit!
a spaceship mount, dude.
Yeah, the
Dude.
car mount, which is later mirrored by the spaceship mount.
Dr. Brand's gonna make me Dr. Kong.
Bruh.
Yeah. So
Those car mounts, dude.
Yeah.
car mounts.
Spaceship mounts.
During the cornfield chase, but specifically when Matthew McConaughey leaves his family to go save humanity in
And
space.
like tears are just brimming on the side of his eye. He's
Yeah.
not like full on crying. It's just like they're like piling up at his eyelid.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
So
shit.
And the way he had to leave though, like she was
Yeah.
sad.
Like there was no other way.
There was
there was no closure there.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was mad.
Yep.
She didn't want to say goodbye.
Don't
he leaves.
Don't make me leave like this. Like knowing like this is the moment. This is the last time I see you.
Yeah, it could potentially
want
be
you-
our goodbye forever.
I want this to be a good goodbye, but like just
But also in his ignorance, he's like, I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
yeah.
You know? He doesn't know how long it's going to take.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, I promised her. I'll be back.
Right. Ooh. Yeah, that just big fucking feels.
Yeah.
Dad feels, man. Like I don't even have kids, but to imagine, I can't imagine empathizing. Let's say you had a kid and you watch this movie. I bet you would be fucking way worse.
I'd be poohooing hard AF.
Like
Okay,
for
but-
example, the scene where Matthew McConaughey has to watch 23 years of video recordings to catch
Oh
up with
my
his family.
God.
Heaviest thing I've ever seen on film. I think.
Ever.
I think.
Yeah.
And the range of emotions that he goes through the entire time. So
Yeah.
it's like you have 23 years of messages. The first one, it's like, hey, Dad, I met a girl.
Yeah.
Tears.
Yeah.
Fucking instant tears, happiness. Then he sees his grandson for the first time.
Imagine.
And he's like, oh my God. Then the next scene, his grandson's dead.
And hasn't it been like a day or two since the mission started?
No,
Wait, his grandson dies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
You remember there was the line that Jessica Chastain says to
Are you going to let another kid die?
that line?
I missed that.
What?
I thought the kid was the one getting checked
No, they
for
had
his
two
lungs.
kids. The first one died from the fucking
The
dust
lung.
bullshit.
The black lung.
Yeah. Yeah.
He sees that in the video recordings.
Yeah, so
The kid died right away?
What's his name? Fucking Casey Affleck has the child in his
Yeah,
hand.
I remember that.
And then the next scene, it's like he's fucking by himself.
Yeah.
He's like,
I know it's been a while.
He's
You
like,
know
I know it's
Jesse
been
and
a while.
all.
Yeah, you know Jesse and all.
But that's all he says.
He's like, and then
It kind of is
he
implied
said,
he's
Grandpa,
got a kid.
Grandpa died last week. We buried him next to Mom and Jesse.
Missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
But that's also like from Matthew McConaughey's perspective, that's just another giant bomb of info that's like, oh, get with it. It's happening. It's happened.
That's okay. Imagine being Matthew McConaughey. Sit down for the scene. All right, so you're going to watch 23 years of your family, your children grow up, and your grandson be born and then die, and action.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to go from excitement to sadness to happiness to utter horror.
Christopher Nolan
fucking insane.
described that like that scene of like him like going through all those emotions. Like at the end when he learns about like Grandpa dying, Jesse just died. This grandson that he just discovered that he had. He described it as like a rock being cascaded over by waves.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. That's dude. And
He's like that's some director shit, dude.
Yeah.
But dude, I think Matthew McConaughey he is unfortunately kind of a meme, but I think he is immensely underrated.
Oh, yeah.
As far as his acting abilities
In
He
this
is-
movie.
especially in this movie,
Because of how big brain the movie is, it's a meme to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his performance should not be undermined.
Right,
Because
like,
he's
It was a stellar performance.
Get the
really
fuck
was.
I guess
outta
you
here,
could
man.
say it was Interstellar.
So yeah, I don't want it that like the fact that he's the all right guy to
Yeah.
belittle like his whole career because like Mud is fucking phenomenal,
Yeah,
which is
wasn't-
the reason he got casted.
Wasn't this like some like I remember everyone saying the McConaissance or whatever
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Dallas Buyers Club came out like right before this or right
Yeah. Right.
after?
Yeah,
and
right
then Mud, and then Interstellar, and then True Detective.
Yes.
So it's like,
Ooh.
so
Dude, yeah.
But Christopher Nolan himself said, "I do not personally believe in the reconnaissance, as everyone has been saying." He said, "I personally believe that he has just been doing great things for years, and we're all just catching up." And I was
Nice.
like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so shout out to that.
He fucking murdered this.
He's
Yeah.
phenomenal. Like you said, when he's leaving his family and just the stoicness, dude. The fact that he checks the under the blanket for Murph,
Yeah.
like hoping she has smuggled her way in to leave
Yeah.
with it, and
Again.
she's not there, and then just cut to his face full of tears. I was like, woo,
Dude, I think in a big way. I love I want to say I like Inception more than I like this movie, but I feel like Matthew McConaughey connected with this character more than Leonardo DiCaprio connected with
I agree with that.
Yeah,
his character.
yeah.
It's hard to compare because this is one of those like heavy family drama, space sci-fi, and that's kind of a
Like, it's
action-
still
like
motivated by
action
family.
sci-fi.
For whatever
you know?
reason, in Inception, I still don't believe that that Leonardo DiCaprio has children. Like,
Yeah, I never got him as a father
I
in
get that.
movie.
I get that too. I
Yeah.
don't see him as a father person.
So in
he's
this
always
one-
bachelor mode for me.
in this one, it is very much like he connected to, like
Definitely.
he is Cooper in this story. You
Totally
know?
agree.
I don't see Matthew McConaughey. I don't see the fucking all right guy.
I know. I'm with you there. So yeah, movie's got some good acting.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so can we kind of like pivot a little bit to like some of the criticisms about this movie?
How dare you?
I do want to address it though, because
Is it too short?
Fuck you.
That's my only criticism. I'm just kidding. It's not my
no,
only
like, and I get it, dude. Like, we have to reach a lot of places to get where we're going. You know what I mean? There are a lot of info bombs that need to take place.
Sure, but they're pretty organic, I think.
The first one that I kind of have some issues with, but like it doesn't take me out of the movie at all, is the first the parent-teacher conference scene.
Oh, where they're like, this is a world where we need farmers.
Yes, and then like Matthew McConaughey, you're a pilot and a fucking this thing and a that thing and an engineer. It's
We
like
don't need. Yeah.
there's a lot of info bombs going on. Like, does that take you guys out of this movie
Not
at all?
at all.
A
Not
lot
at
of
all.
people
It's-
criticize it's those motherfuckers that are looking for things to criticize about this movie.
As we do a movie podcast.
It's that or the people that need to be handheld. I think the world is there and we're just in it. We don't need. I didn't take those as info bombs. I was like, we're just here in this world. The crops are dying. The dust is a pain in the ass.
This fucking teacher doesn't believe that we landed on the moon.
It made sense.
which is a really funny thing.
that was awesome.
Like,
Like just that little
It was actual propaganda to discern interest in space travel because they were
and
like
bankrupt the Soviet Union. Fucking
Well, no, they were saying it was faked so that people are now not interested in it.
Right.
Like their modern education.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Their modern education is trying to
So
deter.
their modern education is propaganda, saying that all this true shit is propaganda.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's smart. It's
and
a
they're
smart.
and they're saying that because we need to make corn. So
Yeah.
like
We're out of corn.
Like hey, we can't go to the moon. We actually just need to feed ourselves.
So
Right.
God made a farmer.
yeah.
Then they play the fucking black and white ad, and then it's all better.
Yeah, the Ram ad.
Casey Affleck's like, cool.
Yeah.
Or
Sick.
Timothée Chalamet is like, cool.
Cool. I'm gonna drive that forever. But yeah, that moon landing thing was ironic because this movie has so many odes to 2001: Space Odyssey, and
Absolutely.
and the moon landing is. A lot of people that believe in that conspiracy theory that the moon landing was fake, they think Kubrick did it, which is fucking hilarious. They think he used leftover sets and some of the same projection technology.
He's
he
like, you
used to
think
make-
that's how I would make it look?
Yeah, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
He's like, have you
He's
seen
like,
two-
centered moon, fucking
Yeah.
centered astronaut, centered flag.
It's like they start comparing the moon landing footage to all his other movies. Like, see, it's a 1-point perspective. As you can see, everything is a long symmetrical hallway. It's like, no.
He would have made that way more beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. It's like, this fucking gravity is not anti-gravity enough,
Yeah.
or whatever. He would have done some crazy shit.
Anyways, yeah, that's. I thought that was a funny thing, as ironic little line, but I didn't. To answer your question, I don't think those info bombs were a big deal at all to me.
What about the NASA scene? Hey, we're NASA. We operate in secret.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I mean,
liked it too.
all of the info bombs, to me, they're totally organic. Like, they fit with what the characters are doing in that moment. And if the people, they're only explaining themselves because they need to and they want his help and
Right.
for his character. You know what I mean?
And another thing about it is that, like, yes, Matthew McConaughey shows up in the nick of time, but it's like it is purposeful.
Yeah,
and we
it's-
learn that
yeah.
later on in the movie.
Okay,
is that it is purposeful.
Here's one of my criticisms of this movie: is it's a confusing. It gets weird because if the ghost is actually conflicting. The ghost, Matthew McConaughey, is the one that put the coordinates in to send him to NASA.
From the fifth dimension.
Yes, right?
Yes.
So he's like, okay, I gotta go fucking save the Earth. I'm sending myself to NASA. And then 2 seconds later, he's punching the bookshelf saying stay. And it's like, if he stays, humanity dies, your family dies. That was contradicting
no,
right
he
away.
He does stay first and then does the coordinates.
Oh yeah, but in okay, yes.
So
but in linear time for them, that's what happened. So
But-
I get that, but I thought maybe it was like, oh, is this just another part of like
Another potential thing that could have happened that isn't what happened.
No, it's the human condition where it's like he was like, I have to do this, and then part of him was like, don't leave.
Yeah.
It was like the whole heart versus brain thing.
Yeah.
There was that. But then also, when he got to NASA, I had a problem with Michael Caine being like, we need you. You're the best pilot we've ever had. Like,
That
it's like,
line
why
I
didn't you fucking reach out to me then? Why
That
did I
one
have
line
to?
I
Why did
hate.
I have to go through a tesseract to fucking
point.
get here? They're like, we didn't think to contact you. We're so glad you're here.
Yeah, that's a
that
little
was
weird.
That was my only thing.
But it does work with the story because it's him bringing him there and blah, blah, blah. But,
yeah.
I think it's just that one line that really kind of ruins that. Like, you're the best pilot we've ever had. If he just said, like, we need you. Like, someone sent you here. You're a pilot.
Yeah.
Like, you need to pilot the ship. Like, this is what they are sending you here for.
Mm-hmm. If they believed in the gravity messages
Exactly.
more than just like, oh, we didn't think to call you. Like, that's...
But, like, just to take that one line out, I think would have been better, though.
yeah.
I agree.
Damn.
You're the best pilot we've ever had. Of course he was.
He's a wild card.
Yeah.
He flies manual. You know? It's always like he flies with feeling. Not with,
I gotta feel the air.
Yeah.
which is actually a real thing apparently. Like they flying,
I believe that for
flying by the seat of your pants is actually a term because you would feel the vibrations of the air as opposed to looking at like the knots or whatever. Like pilots, that's where that term comes from. So when he says that, like I have to feel the air, it's like it was an actual like. It's a pilot thing, like where he was like, I really do have to feel it rather than let the computers crash us or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, if Wonder Woman 84 taught us anything,
Yeah.
it was how to fly.
Flying's easy.
Yeah.
It's
You just got to feel it.
You
feel
just
it, bro.
feel it.
It's just a it's just a vibe.
Yeah. Flying's just a vibe.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see if I wrote anything down here. Yeah, that was one thing I wrote down was the whole stay versus like he sent himself there but then said to stay. So I was like, why?
You brought up a point about how like it was only a few days between like leaving Earth and getting to the
23 years of messages.
No, because they leave Earth and then they have to go into hypersleep.
Oh, for a couple years, right?
For a couple of years to get them to the first black hole next to Saturn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get
Or
pretty far
wormhole.
pretty quick.
Wormhole,
Yeah.
excuse me. We go. Okay, we are introduced to Romilly, who I think is a fucking underutilized character.
I
in this
love
movie.
him.
I fucking
Yeah.
love this guy. As like, this guy feels like a fucking scientist.
Yeah, and he's got the NASA vibe of like, I'm doing my part for humanity, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
He's more robotic than Tars.
Yeah. And Tars exactly. Tars has more humanity than the scientist.
Yeah. That guy was great.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
And like he does the fucking little info bomb and he feeds us like what the wormhole is.
Yeah.
But it's like it's necessary. We kind of need it as small brain, non Christopher Nolan big brain having motherfuckers are. He gives us a little info bomb, but I thought it's utilized really well, dude. You need those like how the fuck like the people that criticize this movie endlessly, like, how the fuck would you have done it then?
Yeah,
asshole.
Yeah.
I know. All I have to do is like look at the fucking set. I'm like, kid,
Yeah.
how the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, look at their spaceship set with like the rotating, like the gyro
Yeah.
situation.
Like
where
that
they
was
were, like, on
also
thing,
a
and then-
2001 reference though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and to
yeah, a
simulate
little bit.
gravity, they have to endlessly like
Spin.
rotate.
right?
Which
Insane.
is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just like, and a lot of this movie is based in science. There's a consultant, an executive producer, Dr. Kip Thorne, who's wrote paper. He's a, world-renowned scientist.
And
he's-
his one thing to like work on this movie was like, we're not breaking any scientific law
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
for this movie.
Also, Futurama does that, which is weird.
weird.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he basically he's like, if I'm going to help, I mandate that we were making this scientifically accurate. And one of the only places that they took some creative liberties are actually on Man's Planet.
The water planet or the ice one?
The ice planet.
one, where something about the ice
frozen
struct-
clouds?
the frozen clouds, and then the structure of the ice wouldn't hold, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's like two ice sheets on top of each other.
Oh, so
Yeah, something. I don't know.
weird.
Fuck it was cool looking.
Yeah,
was
it's an
neat, though.
when it's an alien world, you can make those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he's
take
in a
those
fucking
liberties.
bookshelf doing Morse code. So
Yeah.
calm down, Dr. Kip.
And
Yeah.
also, it's 80% of Earth's gravity, so maybe that helps it too.
For sure.
I love that,
Yeah.
those little.
Yeah.
Those were info bombs, but it's like, yeah, this is useful information. I like to know this.
It makes
It's
it more
also cool.
sci-fi-y.
Yeah, because also
you're watching a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that, and it's not an info bomb. It's like he's explaining the planet to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't see that as an info bomb. It's like, what, you just want every planet to be Earth 2.0. Like, I like that there's like these pros, cons,
Right.
and
You're still
differences.
adapting to an environment.
Right.
Like nothing will ever be perfectly hospitable for you.
Yeah. And I like that he was like, it's a comfortable 80% of our gravity.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
It was cool.
Dude, the foreshadowing on that entire dude.
What do you mean?
All of Matt Damon's dialogue.
Yeah.
Oh, how he was lying about everything?
Yeah, but like there's little bits of foreshadowing in all of his things, like when Tars or Case is like, "Oh, do you want me to repair the thing?" He's like, "No, it needs a human touch."
Yeah.
And
Yep.
only
it literally needs.
a human touch,
Yeah.
dude. And then
as a password.
don't underestimate the will to survive in a human being, meaning he fucked them all just because of his will to survive.
Yep.
His will to survive is greater than theirs in his own. It's dude.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing, dude.
I like how like most sci-fi movies and like space movies revolve around human imperfection always.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the human condition always will fuck it up. Like that's 2001. That's
Data
always.
Stray.
Yeah, exactly.
We're our own worst enemy.
Yeah, it's like we are primitive beings. Like with
We're just hairless monkeys.
yeah. Like at the end of the day, we want to survive.
I do
We-
wanna-
We can't get past that.
I want to talk about the first wormhole scene though.
Yep.
When they enter the wormhole for the first time.
Can we talk about like first his explanation? Like you mentioned
yeah,
with
absolutely.
that, where he's like, I that scientist is explained to Matthew McConaughey. I wanted him so badly to be like, you see, time is a flat circle.
Yeah.
He's like, more like a fat circle because it's a sphere, right?
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
And then he's like, all right, and then he starts drinking Lone Stars.
And cutting them up.
Yeah, and then he starts.
And then he
cutting it
fucks Woody Harrelson's wife.
Yeah.
that's what I wanted him, like them to come back from that planet, and then the scientist is just like he's surrounded by a bunch of little Lone Star figurines,
Yeah.
like that, and he's just like,
Been 23 years.
Well.
yeah,
I am the Yellow King.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, so you were saying
The technical
wormhole scene.
achievement of like replicating entering a wormhole, a worm sphere for the first time, dude. Like, what the fuck,
Dude.
And I was like, every time I rewatch that scene, I place myself into the theater watching that again for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And just being absolutely like fucking, I don't know,
Literally transported. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
anxious to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Like that, like anytime that there's interdimensional travel like that,
Yeah.
like any wormhole scene, anything, you're just like, oh, this is
Like, how are they going to represent this
See-
to our minds that we can't?
To me,
Like,
like
fucking amazing.
it's one thing to do like the big popcorn, fucking like wormhole thing, like Godzilla Kong.
yeah, it's always a tunnel.
It's a tunnel and lights, and it's fucking like it's cool. It's big fun, top down convertible fun time. This is a film that does it. You know what I
Bruh.
mean?
Yeah.
This is like an artistic representation.
Trying
of,
to be scientifically accurate.
yes, but it's still fucking amazing. And it's like, yep, this is real. This feels real. Like you're almost going into it yourself just
Yeah.
watching this movie.
And the
Yeah.
fact that he was like, you let go of the joystick, man.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no, there's
like,
no physics here.
We're here we're just witnessing. All
Yeah.
we can do is record and observe, is what he says.
I was
Yeah.
just like, oh.
Like that. Like, he's like, it's the first time, like, I think Matthew McConaughey as a pilot is like, oh, okay,
I have to
I'll
let go.
just
Yep.
chill. Like,
Yep.
And the music swelling and the
Amazing.
and
And-
Anne Hathaway reaching for the
Oof.
dude.
Oh.
That was crazy. The first handshake. I thought that was cool. And then like whenever like we're seeing like it's like the curvature of the wormhole, and then like it stops.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like the music stops.
It just starts to unfold.
Yes.
I was just like,
Oh fuck,
I was
dude.
just like, oh, my brain just getting bigger.
Yeah.
Just literally just like watching this.
Driving into a biblical description of an angel, just like, fuck, everything's folding on itself. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
God, like just how it's so big brain to even think of that.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm sure this is well known by now, but the black hole and the wormhole were all scientifically informed by papers from Dr.
Yeah.
Kip Thorne and everything like that. Kip, by the way, is the name of one of the robots in the movie. Shout out to
Fuck yeah.
Kip
Fuck
Thorne.
yeah.
The KIPP robot. Wasn't that the name of one?
Is that the one that man dismantled?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So that
There was
was
Case, Tars, and Kip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, those robots, like, in
So personable.
yeah, and just in general in sci-fi movies, like, I don't want to say the trope of having like a humanist robot be your sidekick and ally, but like I love that.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things,
Yeah.
and they nailed it.
They
in
nailed it,
Interstellar.
especially with the settings of like humor and like the honesty. Oh, and when
He's like, auto destruct in T-10. All right, let's set it to 60. Like that's one of the best jokes.
exactly, and then he's like, he's like, let's set your humor to 75, and he goes, auto destruct in 10. He's like, let's set it to 60, and then he's just like, knock. And
Yeah.
he goes, you want to make it 55? Like they have a banter.
It's
a rapport of sorts.
It's like he was his co-pilot, and they're like in like his need to repair him when he discovers Tars again, like it's an old friend. He's like,
Exactly.
please.
Yeah, please revive Tars.
You need a new
dude.
power surge for it.
Love it.
Dude, the fucking like, and I think another thing about this movie that is like underappreciated is even the design of those robots.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like always, like you're saying, whenever like a robot is like a sidekick, it's always like, it's always like, I don't know, like it
Humanized.
has like, it has humanized. It has features. It has
Yeah.
a face and eyes and a mouth of sorts.
This is just a block.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a monolith being
Yeah.
that moves.
It's
You know,
it's a monolith, but then it can do so many other things.
yeah,
it turns into a
mechanic-
gear.
yeah,
It turns into
yeah.
like, oh my god, that's such a fucking brilliant way of representing it.
It's so interesting.
And like the one personable thing about it is the fucking Q light. That's
And
genius.
and that one line about his Q light
Yeah.
is like,
It must be broken. Boo. Come on, man.
great.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And when I first saw it, I was like, that doesn't seem like a very functional robot. And then
When it runs for the first time,
yeah, you're just like,
dude, when you
the
see
way
it
it's-
gallop
Yeah.
over its own arms on the water planet,
and
you're
that
like,
was
oh,
real.
shit.
The fact that was real.
Yeah.
They used a real fucking like.
Dude, that blows my mind.
Dude, I would hate to be that department in general. Like first, like we all know Nolan is a practical.
Yeah.
Is like he only
He
uses-
crashes airplanes.
Yeah, he
Like-
crashes there. Oh, they had to shoot in the cornfield. Well, I guess you're planting 500 acres of corn then, production designer.
Guess what?
Yeah.
You're a farmer now.
Yeah, and, it's just like, and they fucking did. They
become a farmer.
Yeah.
They planted a whole cornfield for those scenes, and then they sold it and made profit.
Fuck yeah.
It's just like Christopher Nolan is just like, all right, I'm going to drive a lot of cars through this, you know? It's
Yeah.
just like, and yeah, like all those scenes were fucking amazing, but like, but that attached with, you know, like this practical robot. Imagine being the person that's like, so I have to do what?
Right.
yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I'll be back in a few weeks to check on you. And she's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god, dude.
but it's great. I mean,
It just makes
we both
these
agree
things
that
tangible.
Yes.
it's definitely harder to do than doing it with computers, but in the end, it is so much more worth it. And I don't
when you
wanna,
can tell it's not CG bullshit.
yeah, when I don't want to be pretentious and be like the anti CG, but it really does break immersion when I'm watching animation.
Real things.
It's when you're going for total photorealism, which they would have inevitably done, because even 5 years from then, it would we would have so much better technology, and what we're looking at that moment, it makes that look like shit.
Yeah. It's so hard, like, even in 2001, where it's like, this all feels photoreal.
Yeah.
Like, this is all a tangible, touchable thing.
The way the light hits the craft.
yeah.
In 2001 with all the miniatures and the way
Yes.
the
Yeah.
sun hit, dude. I will argue this. I will die on this hill. I think the 1968 visual effects of 2001 are better than 90% of the space sci-fi
Yeah.
movies I've seen
Dude,
today.
You
Yes.
cannot tell that movie's made in 1968.
Period.
No fucking
It looks
way.
like a fucking documentary. It looks like a NASA documentary.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is light years beyond, like, what we're able to do even now.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
fucking nuts, dude.
And it just, yeah, and the rotating set. He rotated an entire set to simulate gravity.
Dude,
or
just
whatever,
the one shot where they first show that space station and he goes in a full circle.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck? I remember seeing that and being like, huh?
Yeah, no,
Like-
and then you see production design photos. It's a fucking rotating set on a fucking crane thing. It's just like, oh, it's just for an exercise scene
Yeah.
Yeah.
to like show him jogging around to the space station. It just that was like it. I mean, they filmed a lot of shit in there, but you know what I mean.
Right,
It's like,
right.
Like that the fact that it had to rotate to keep him there. This is like the one scene.
Most studios are just, or most directors even are just like, oh, let's just cut it. Let's save time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's fucking.
That sounds hard.
Let's do it with computers.
or
Whatever.
producers, I guess, would try and cut that. But like, Yeah, man, when you have a visionary director like this with 2 studios begging to eat his asshole to make that movie,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, yeah, he can do whatever the fuck he
You
wants.
can have South Park. You can have Friday the 13th. They're throwing properties at other studios.
Like beloved, decades-old franchises. They're
Yeah.
like, please.
Please have Jason. We want to make Interstellar.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Interstellar to me is like the closest thing to our generation's like The Odyssey or something. Like it's an epic story told from the perspective of one man that survives it, and he goes through like dungeons of shit.
Yeah.
It's so
I mean,
good.
he travels further through dimensions, distance-wise and time-wise than anything. Like, it's the most epic film I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And, like, I love 2001, but this, to me, this is...
It's an odyssey. It's a journey.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different because 2001 has...
It
the
hit different.
It does hit different.
Different.
The themes are broader in, I think, 2001.
Yeah.
In this sense where it's like, this man should keep it on a human scale.
Yes. Which
another
was
thing-
necessary.
Yeah, but that one is more like broad about humanity. It literally starts with apes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, who's the main character here?
Yeah.
Like the first,
It's Grug.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It doesn't start with apes. It starts with 10 minutes of black and choir.
Oh, yeah.
And choir. Hey, here's the void of space for you. It's like, what am I feeling right now?
But that is-
absolute fear of the big
Yeah.
dark. That's what Kubrick is instilling in you. Cut to apes, cut to humans, cut to the rest of the movie with technology. But it's like,
Talk about a mood setter, bro.
dude,
Yeah.
vibe check. Here's 10 minutes.
10 minutes of darkness.
Here's a 10-minute vibe check.
10-minute vibe check. Space choir.
Just haunting space choir.
Spooky, scary space choir.
Yeah, dude.
Coming in hot. So yeah, 2001 is my favorite movie.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I mean,
And another one where the music is absolutely fucking pivotal to the story.
Yep.
Absolutely pivotal. With different music, it is an entirely different movie. There was different music on 2001: A Space Odyssey, and Stanley Kubrick was like, nah, not the right fucking tone.
Yep.
We need to set a goddamn precedent here. Boom, boom, boom. Like,
arguably one of the first memes.
Yeah.
Like that became like advertising memes. That became like, you know what I mean?
And now
2001, the first meme.
bringing us back to this, dude. What is a meme for this movie is one of the most impactful fucking scenes still in this goddamn movie. Those aren't mountains;
Oh yeah.
they're
Bruh.
waves.
Yep.
Talk about shitting yourself.
With the fucking like the
Shit my spacesuit.
the camera panning up to the fucking wave in that moment.
I just
dude.
accepted death.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh my fucking god, dude! Like I still get goosebumps. Like I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that fucking pan up,
Dude,
To
yeah.
like to
Dude.
finally like you're seeing all water, and then when you see sky, it's the brim of the fucking wave.
Oh yeah. And then you just hear the guy like, oh, you just get so fucking pitted. Love that. He's up there surfing down. He's like, oh shit! It's the scientist.
Yeah.
When he gets to the scientist, he's like, welcome to the planet, dude.
this shit's sick.
At the very top, you just hear a fucking
It's a surfer's theme song. Oh fuck. Whoop it. That's what happens. That's what happens when the waves come over. Oh, get back here, Brand. We gotta go. He's like, whoop it.
The engine's got to unflood themselves. Whip it.
And Tars, go get her. He's like, bah. And he's fucking takes off.
Then year after year is whoop, whoop, whoop. Dude, the fucking score on that planet where every tick is a fucking week
Blows
in
my
time.
mind.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as they got to that planet, this is a similar thing he did with Inception.
Yes.
Similar thing Hans Zimmer did with Inception, where
He's just a bigger brain than you.
he progressively made his chords and time signatures in his music time accurate in Inception, and they went deeper for time, right?
Yeah.
Slower music, whatever. You look that up; it's interesting.
The way Chris Nolan fucks time in the face
Bruh. For real.
Oh yeah,
with the assistance of Hans Zimmer.
yeah.
dude.
So on that planet, they
They just gang fuck time.
They just bound gangbang
They
time.
just fucking Eiffel Tower time. It's a big clock.
the clock, and it's just ticking. It's like the fucking watch.
Just clapping.
Have you ever just clap time, dude? Hans Zimmer and Christopher Nolan just DP clap time
Tarantino's like, I dabble in time clapping.
Yeah. Time got its fucking cheeks clapped.
Yeah, hard. Fucking beat red.
Oh fuck!
So yeah, so Hans Zimmer trying to make serious fucking.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You ever fuck time?
You and you fuck.
A dick goes in it. Everything.
Clapping time.
Clapping time, dude. Okay, so Hans Zimmer on that planet, every 1.5 seconds was a full day. So a tick started. The pace of the music slows to 1.5 times speed or whatever. There's a tick, that tempo on
90
that
beats
one.
per minute.
With the
Something like
fucking
that.
do tick tick
Yeah.
tick.
That's a day each time. Each time you hear that tick, that's a day.
The soundtrack is even more big brain than you realize because throughout the entire movie, it applies itself in every way.
Yeah.
Like
Amazing.
like when Matt Damon's character, Dr. Mann,
Yeah.
it's the only time in the score where the bass strings, the melody is doing the same melody it's been doing, but then the bass does like a minor switch and it's playing something sinister. And you only notice it if you're thinking about like, I know Dr. Mann's a bad guy, and you think to listen to the music.
Oh,
because if
fuck.
you just
feel it. You
if
can
you
feel
just
it, though. It's a feeling.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, if you're just watching it first watch through, you're like, something about this is kind of weird and off, and that's what the music is doing.
But like you're not aware of it.
Exactly.
But also one of the longest montages in like
Yeah.
film history. So it's like it was Matt Damon and Matthew McConaughey going, having their that expedition and discovery moment.
Yes.
Intercut with Murph and the kids and the watch scene and her discovering. Intercut with the scientists hacking into the old robot.
The whole universe.
All of these things happening to their own climax at once was
Yeah.
so. And
As an editor, does that just make you fucking nut your pants?
oh yes,
With a
Yeah.
big G, dude.
big. I was just a hard G nut.
Yeah, dude.
Just blowing through my sweatpants.
7 capital G's.
Yeah, dude, it was because it was just like the pace and it combined with the music, just like the tension and the anxiety of it. All these things building to their climax.
With that fucking score.
The fucking score. And you stressed it right in the beginning. It was something I wrote down too. This is one of the. It
takes it,
elevates the
yeah.
movie tenfold. Like
Yes.
No other composer would have made it this good.
yeah,
You know?
you can feel it just. You can just I wrote that down in the initial scene when Matthew McConaughey's leaving.
People that don't know shit are like, oh yeah, the music in that movie is amazing.
yeah,
You're like,
People
no, you fucking idiot. It's fucking good.
yeah,
Like,
like it's you don't understand.
No,
Like,
it's fucking phenomenal.
like when Matthew
it is a
McConaughey...
feat of film.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that montage too, when Matthew McConaughey's leaving and the score's rising, intercut with 10, 9,
Yeah.
8, and then
And
I was
then-
just like, oh
Yeah.
And when he's watching the 23 years of broadcast and it cuts and that's the same moment the music immediately cuts,
Yep.
it's like,
Oh.
dude, fucking shit, man.
amazing.
God
Amazing.
damn it.
This is just a big jerk-off episode.
Of course.
But you all knew that.
Okay, yeah, of course. Okay, should we do something to at least let's try and backpedal a little bit on the Nolan sucking and do one thing here where doesn't Nolan feel pretty pretentious a lot of the time, but rightfully so in a way?
He's the one person that's earned it.
You know what I mean? though?
Yeah.
Where it's
You've
just like
earned that
everything is
scarf.
like, you thought. You know what I mean? Where it's like everything.
Well,
but yes,
I
I
mean,
know exactly what you mean. It's
to
like he has earned
subvert,
it.
yeah, but I mean that's like the goal of any writer is to subvert expectations so
Right.
that you can catch them off guard and do the thing or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one thing from afar to be like, oh wow, he's so pretentious. And it's another thing entirely for Christopher Nolan to walk into a room with a cloud of smoke behind him, to sit down across from you with a fucking, I don't know, a scotch
A brandy.
or something, and then just look at you and say nothing.
Yeah. You'd be like, yeah, that's on brand. And then you'd be like, well, I'm a less
I'm
person.
gonna make a movie with your money, and they're like, okay.
You're like, what is it? What do you need? How much you need?
Exactly. Like the fucking.
2 studios.
It's not just like a confident. It's not like just like he's not a fucking like peacock motherfucker that's
Right.
like, that's just trying to.
He
like,
just knows what he is. He's like, he gets in the room and he's like, you talk first.
It's the confidence
Like-
in himself
Yeah.
to put this all together somehow and
And
make it a masterpiece just with his big brain.
Yeah.
And obviously, but like it's like gaining the trust of all of those people to be like, we trust your vision, dude. You take us where we're going.
Yeah, like all of his concepts are very not student film concepts. Like Interstellar's on its own level.
Right.
Yeah.
But like Memento, Inception, and like those other things, they take a simple concept and expand them into these big brain things.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to discredit him at all.
No.
They're so fun and they're so good, but they are always like I mean, like Skylar said it in our Discord.
Highbrow, right?
Yeah, it's like Skylar said it in our Discord, where it's just like the writer's room is just all these stone guys like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, but they have earned it. But I will say to his detriment sometimes, like I saw this mostly in Tenet, where it's like
Where it's just hard to follow.
I fucking love the whole concept.
Yep.
Like, fine, we're moving backwards. I'm in, take me on the ride. Where it got fucking pretentiously complicated was like the Michael Caine scene where he sits down and breaks down, no, there's a wife and there's an art and there's a painting and there's a this, we go to here, this is a ploy, this is a distraction, this is a decoy. I was just like, where I thought we were doing backwards time travel stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like,
You're like, I forgot this was a spy thing too.
like sometimes it gets into that territory. Like Interstellar doesn't do this. I think this is his masterpiece.
Agreed.
Like it's perfectly executed in my opinion. I love the aspects of it, and it's perfectly executed, and it's not too pretentious, and it's easy to understand.
Right.
Like Tenet and a little bit of Inception, I think it gets into like the wait what type of territory.
Yeah. No, and I
Where it's
agree.
like-
It's
and
not.
he's just like, haha, you thought, and flicks his scarf. You know what I mean?
I think it's just not as fully fleshed out and tangible as something as Interstellar.
Shout out to Dr. Kip Thorne for roping it in. maybe.
Yeah.
yeah.
But, I mean, I'm just kidding. But
I don't know. I really do think like his pretentiousness, like it could not be made without that.
Yeah. I mean, like, you have to think I'm the shit. Because if you don't, like, imagine Prince being like, I don't know about this shirt.
Yeah, dude.
Like-
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a fucking perfect point. Like you just gotta trust and let him do what the fuck he's gonna do, because he knows he's gonna do it.
yeah.
You know?
In no one we trust. I will watch everything he does.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That being said, watching this so close to Tenet, I love Interstellar more than Tenet.
Me too.
Like,
this is his masterpiece.
Yeah.
I love. This made me want to watch Tenet.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
yeah.
But this is the
I don't know.
least actiony, which makes it the most interesting to me.
Yes.
Like his other ones still feel like big blockbuster.
Dunkirk
they're-
is another fucking.
Yeah.
That is a fucking.
It's a good movie.
I only saw it one time. I'll have to rewatch it.
What? Oh God, Dunkirk is like one of the most perfect films. Like
Another great montage, by the way.
I can't like.
He's a master
And
at that,
how he
of
d-
two storylines intercut.
and how
to
he claps
climaxes.
time in that movie,
Yeah, the ticking. Yeah,
dude.
time is
it's-
always a reoccurring
Yeah.
theme for him.
Yeah, clearly.
Hans
clearly.
Zimmer claps time always.
And I think that line that Michael Caine says in this movie is like, "Oh yeah, I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of time." I think Christopher Nolan feels that way.
Yeah, that's a straight up autobiographical moment.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, whoa, therapy. Yeah. He's like, I just discovered that.
I don't know, man.
He's projecting a little there.
What is your favorite scene in this movie, Alex?
favorite scene. I think maybe the scene
There's
where,
a right answer to this question. by
There
the
is
way.
a right answer. Can I tell you what your
Okay,
favorite scene
can
is?
we say it at the same time?
1,
Go for it.
2, after 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Docking.
Oh, duh.
That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
no, dude, wait. We have to front.
Whoa! Hold it, Tars! Don't black out on me!
Blasters to 75!
Oh yeah, she just.
The docking scene is the pinnacle moment of this goddamn movie. One of the most pinnacle moments of film history. Dude.
Amazing.
The score, the fucking intensity of what is going on, the fucking life and death of it all,
So fucking good.
the importance of them docking on this goddamn ship, or else humanity is over forever, dude.
And Matthew McConaughey being the only talented pilot enough with the experience to know to stay with the G's.
Yeah, to be able
Dude.
to withstand the G-forces of that and prepare Tars and fucking the other one, what's his name? Case. In the event that he does
yeah.
fucking pass out. Dude, that is the fucking... I don't know that there is a better scene ever.
It's one of the most stressful things. I like you said earlier about the wormhole. I keep teleporting back to the moment I saw it in theaters when he
just
sees. Well, first of all, Matt Damon, like, hey man, don't open that airlock.
There is a moment,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
The bass drum noise where he's like, no, I must do this for all humanity. There is a moment that. And cut to them
Perfect
like, oh,
timing.
shit.
World's biggest explosion.
but honestly, dude, not even explosion. It's nothing.
Yeah, it's in the
silent.
vacuum
Nothing.
of space.
It's silent,
Yeah.
dude.
Those silent. Anytime. First of all, it's scientifically motivated that it's silent. Love
Yes.
that.
If you have silence in space in a movie, I'm fucking nutting.
Yeah.
Like,
A
Nutting with the
silent
G.
explosion in space, dude.
nodding with a G. But that it's scientifically motivated, but also when you have those theater moments, shocking moments that are silent, they cut the music and you hear the reaction of the
Yeah.
audience, unforgettable theater shared experiences for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that was one of them.
Yep.
That happened, sound cuts out, the whole theater goes, oh, and I was just like, oh my God. And then 5 seconds later, he starts engaging towards
like,
it. And then
no fucking way.
and Hans Zimmer's score starts and starts rising.
And
I
it's
was
like
just
the most perfect climax of anything ever.
And of
like-
course, we got to do it.
yeah. Fucking the fucking moment, man.
The reason why this is the best score in cinema history,
best drop on our podcast. Secondly,
of course, the best drop on any podcast ever, because of that docking scene, dude.
amazing, and you know, and line
And the way it syncs up, like it's like kind of like messy how it syncs up.
and the light, the way the light is just
yeah.
like the
Dude.
unfiltered light of the sun.
Yeah.
The hardest G's. They're fucking hitting the G's, but we're hitting the G nuts, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking hardest G nuts ever,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude.
Oh my God. Okay, was that going to be your favorite scene though?
I had like
Yeah,
like,
I
became
thought you
a
were trying.
lizard.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to get me to say something. I was like, what?
No,
Yeah.
I like I goosebumps so hard every time I watch that scene. I've just become a lizard with like
Right.
this big. I have scales.
Just an iguana.
I'm goosebumping so hard during that. I'm just like,
yeah, dude. It changes the texture of your skin.
Yeah.
That fucking scene.
yeah, amazing.
Fuck, man.
And so yeah, they dock. But the line that's you got to quote where he's like, "It's not. Oh, it's impossible or something. It's not.
It's
like-
necessary.
Yeah, he says like it's. She says something, and then he goes, "It's."
No, I think that was Tars that says that.
Yeah. Tar says
Like,
something.
please, match the rotation 67 meters per second or whatever the fuck it was. And it's like, that's not possible. And he says, no, it's not. It's necessary.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, cut to him docking and saving the Endurance. And this is I've watched this 4 or 5 times, and this is the first time I caught that the Endurance was going back into the planet. So they
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about to crash.
And they were
land into
fighting
planet.
the gravity of the planet
They
itself.
basically catch it spinning and then push it back out of orbit. That was
Towards
the first time I
Gargantua.
caught this. I thought they just had to get on that thing so they could go.
But the idea that accidental path sets them on the course for Gargantua, which is assumingly what the fifth dimension beings intended.
Yeah.
Like the big brainness of every moment of this plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way better than Jonathan Nolan's solo script.
Yeah. Arguably.
China.
China made a black hole. What, dude? So yeah, obviously we should mention the black hole, the physics.
Oh my
First of all, the
God.
physics of it, but the visual effects. You can go down this rabbit hole, no pun intended, on the internet.
But like, honestly, dude, even past that, just the emotion of that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
How
human
he
element.
fucking sells it.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. And like, just, like he's just like, fuck, like what's about to happen? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And like his voice is even trembling in that moment.
Dude, the
And he's like,
cracking
I
of
just
it.
see black. Everything is black. Everything is black.
Yeah.
You know, like blackness. That's all there is. And then just like the space dust, like fucking
Yeah.
flittering.
Yeah, it was just like, what is? But even the outside was informed. The visual representation of the black hole was informed by papers, scientific papers of lots of data too. That they actually built an entire new rendering engine to compute that data and
Insane.
visualize it, which then informed more science.
Yes.
So good on that rabbit hole is very interesting. Each frame of that black hole took over 100 hours to render. So in itself, it was a time suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the irony of that
It's
is
going to
super-
set them back about 51 years.
Yeah, like
It's a black hole within a computer. Just
Yeah.
fucking like.
something like 800 terabytes of data or something.
Oh my
Almost a
God.
teraflop or whatever the one is above it. It just that little black hole insane.
That's so fucking nuts, dude.
And the fact that like
It's nuts.
yeah, the Romilly, like his description of the black hole, like was sort of foreshadowing of like what would happen to McConaughey. He's like, it's not like it is a sphere hole type thing, but like the very nature of it is we only know it's there because we can't detect what isn't there.
Right. Exactly. It's like
love
the
that.
absence of light.
Exactly.
Which is exactly we can
What
only
a black hole
perceive
is.
it because
Which is how we find black holes in real life.
Yeah.
Right. Which is fucking mind blowing. Like nothing can leave it, not even light. What the fuck? What do you mean?
Like the physical matter of the photon in the light is sucked in.
Yeah.
It's shit.
It's mind blowing. And going back to the
It's
wormhole,
like someone's just like, I want to stick my dick in it, dude.
yeah, you ever fuck a black hole? I'm gonna clap that black hole.
Yeah.
dude.
Claver just clapped space, dude.
Fucking- ah.
That's
If
Matthew
anybody
McConaughey.
did it, it's Christopher Nolan, dude. He can clap space and time.
Matthew McConaughey is the first guy to clap space.
Yeah. Fucking shit.
Just went
dude.
right in.
And then like
No condom. Just fucking boom.
What I don't know what it was. Was it the debris of like the ship like tearing itself apart? Like what was tearing the ship apart?
It was like metal shards falling onto the ship that were causing it to spark. And I don't know if it was something that like he would have naturally hit in space or something that the fifth dimension beings were dropping on him to get him to eject.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then like
That-
he has
this is
to
where
eject in the black hole.
Yeah,
Oh
which
my
is like
God.
the ultimate holy fuck, what are we doing moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, and this is Christopher Nolan does such a great job at this, dude. Like this is twice he's done this to me. Watching The Dark Knight Rises, and this is a weird movie to compare it to, but like the fact that like Batman is he's flying off with the fucking bomb attached to the bat.
Right.
And it's like, oh my God, Christopher Nolan is about to kill Batman. Like that was what I felt in the theater in that moment is like he's about to kill Batman. Like
Yeah, he's about to
and I
kill
was like
Matthew McConaughey.
Committing sacrilege.
and I was like, I'm okay with it. Like
Yeah.
he fucking did it.
Yeah.
He did the right
He deserves
story.
it, yeah.
And he gives him that fucking beautiful like just first person or not first person shot, but like one shot, like that close up of Batman, just like like just kind of like getting ready for the fucking big Nini.
Yeah.
And then in this
This would
moment,
be a beautiful death.
yeah. And he does it to fucking Matthew McConaughey in this scene too, dude. Like
Yeah.
as soon as he ejects into the black hole, and just like that fucking like the camera mounted to
Dude.
That shit. I was just like,
What the fuck?
one of the most edge of my seats I've ever been
Ever.
since 2001 going through the wormhole.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
That shit
Yeah.
chills.
Yep.
Where it's like he's being phased in and out of space time is what it sounded
Yeah,
like, right?
yeah.
Like he's just like
Yeah.
trying to stay conscious and exist.
Exactly.
Fucking awesome. Can I go back 2
He's just
seconds?
thinking the entire time, exist.
yeah.
Like-
B is.
Yeah.
B is. hold on to the consciousness.
I exist. I have thoughts. I am a
Yeah.
human.
His whole soul and consciousness is like getting sucked out of the top
yeah,
of his brain.
like a
It's
1,000 G's on the top of his head and 0 G's on his feet.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yep.
But yeah, I was like, he's gonna kill Matt, like our main protagonist of this
Yeah.
film. And I was like, I'm okay with it.
I totally was okay with it also, and I thought that was his fate. And I also was like, well, and it was so poetic for his final thing to be like, I'm leaving so you can get to this planet. And the fact that he was like wait,
90%.
The callback, dude.
Perfect callback.
She said, you said that we have enough resources to get to this planet. And he's like, remember, 90% fucking ejects.
Oh,
90% honesty, a callback to like the very beginning when she was being kind of
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
just like, the feelings, man.
And like he's looking up at her. Remember, 90%.
Huge. Remember, there was a time. There was a time.
There was a moment.
It's on his face. Credits roll.
Silent credits.
Yeah. It's just him spinning in space, and the credits are just rolling. And he's just like,
Fuck.
but yeah. So
He's just expanding.
yeah, just stretching.
Yeah.
So this is really crazy. Einstein's first of all, Einstein. How the fuck, man?
Bruh, in the 30s? How?
Can we just touch on that for 2 seconds? Einstein, do you just have your pulse on the universe? How the fuck do you like think of all this shit? He literally thought, hey, if someone goes through a black hole, it would be if let's say you're an astronaut looking at another astronaut going through a black hole. For you, them going through it would be an infinite amount of time. Infinite. Because of the way light and time and everything goes. For the person going through it, it would be like 0 to 100.
Right.
It would be the normal, I'm perceiving time as I'm going through it, right?
But because you choose to observe something,
Yeah, but because of relativity and gravity and all that shit that I don't understand, basically when someone approached a black hole, their light would be bouncing back to you. So from the astronaut's perspective, you would just be stuck there for an infinite amount of time. Like it could be a day, it could be 1,000 million years.
nothing has fucked my brain harder.
Yeah.
So anyways,
I honestly think that it was Christopher Nolan that is communicating with Albert Einstein
Right?
yeah,
from the future to the
that's-
past
Tenet's just a biography.
to inform. Yeah.
He's just getting like
to inform science.
the two.
I believe Christopher Nolan is the father of science in a big way.
You know what? Let's go with that.
2 or 3 movies now, by the way, that Christopher Nolan has done that someone from the future is communicating with the past. Tenet, Interstellar, and now arguably Memento.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Watch him do a romantic comedy next.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm bored. I'm tired of this.
he
shit.
he directs like an animated like Disney movie like Guy Ritchie did. What the fuck are you doing? Hey, Aladdin.
What? He fucking reboots, I don't know, Cars in
Yeah.
live action Cars.
He directs Shrek 5. The
I would be down for that.
The long-awaited Shrek 5. He's like, oh, my kids liked the IP, so
I bought it.
yeah. So he's going through the black hole, and this is where the leap of faith you have to take for this movie, I think.
Of course.
And this is the one where I still have like some qualms with it. Like the movie is so immensely scientific for 2 hours 15 minutes, and the last half hour the bookshelf.
It's the fiction part of the sci-fi.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's just like I had accepted Matthew McConaughey's fate. He's like, you gotta go. I've been the vessel. I learned my lesson. You know, it was a complete character arc for him.
Right. It was over in that moment.
Yeah. Because with the family and everything, and then learning like, oh, we were all manipulated. We were never supposed to come back, etc. And so he was like, that was to me a poetic ending. So he was like, I'm ejecting into a black hole, and I thought, in how poetic it was for him to, in his what I thought were his dying breaths, to still be broadcasting information.
Yeah.
To be
Right.
like trying to observe and report like a scientist would.
Right.
Like I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Like he's still trying to convey information if there's a chance to get any of it. And obviously they're not, but like, light can't even fucking go. You think your fucking radio?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
where the fuck is that going? But I didn't like, that's where it was like, okay, so a black hole consumes light. You think the ship's going to make it through? You think your flesh is going to make it through? I can cut you open with a knife. You think a black hole is going to rip you to shreds? That's where I was like,
Right.
what's happening here? And
Right.
that's like you said, the leap of faith in the science fiction aspect of this movie, the fiction of the science fiction.
Yeah.
I think part of me thinks that like, I don't know, like how I'm trying to like perceive it through your eyes. Like, do you feel like if it was Matthew McConaughey as the ghost the entire time, do you think like at the end of the movie where Murph figures out like the fucking equation and like figures it out and like they're able to like I guess solve the issue that they were having like to get people off of the earth and shit like that.
Yeah.
Do you think it would have been more impactful at the end had she found out, oh wait, my dad was the ghost, and we just don't see his side of like how he did that?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what I wanted to happen. I still think the fate of the script outline
Oh,
can still
like
be the same.
his story ends when he goes to the black hole, and
Yeah.
then everything else.
It's not until the end that we find out he was the ghost. We just don't know what his side of it looked like.
This is like me trying to be like, this is how I would do it.
Sure.
But which I hate doing, but because I can't do this movie.
Yeah.
But like for me, that's what would have been more powerful. Whereas we see him inject into a black hole, and we just get we get all that,
and then we don't know.
We don't know. And that's, he's dead, and, transcendence, third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, what happens when you die, all those things start to come into play, and which I believe, where it's like, oh, we're trapped in a third dimensional perception box. Once you die, you might be unleashed to all these fourth, fifth dimensions, whatever those are, and you're not attached to all those things anymore, right? So that's where he could transcend time and communicate and do those things, and it would still be a leap. because it's a ghost doing Morse code.
Yeah.
So, but it's like
This is Christopher Nolan's A Ghost Story.
yeah. It's just him with a sheet in the bed, in the fucking bedroom, and like, don't let me leave, Murph. And she's like, I think it's a ghost. I
It
don't know.
immediately turns into a 4-3 film.
Yeah,
I believe Murph.
yeah. The screen goes like starts to just squeeze in a little
When he
bit.
puts the sheet on.
Yeah. But yeah, the bookshelf stuff where he's like, okay, so now I'm in the Tesseract and I can go into this room and I can communicate with my daughter to communicate the gravitational code, which I'm achieving by being in a black hole with TARS, and TARS and him can communicate. It's like those were all just big leaps you had to take, whereas before, I feel like the movie walked you through scientifically their space exploration.
Right, but
where suddenly now we're just like, oh, we're in La La Land.
Yeah, but it is true that, like, while we do have those papers from, like, geniuses beyond our IQs that say what would most likely happen, we still don't actually know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
this is where the movie aspect comes in.
That's where Dr. Kip Thorne was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so the black hole scene, he was just like, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really say yes or no.
But
Can't say no.
I think
Yeah.
what justifies all of that, and like, granted, I think that would have been like a really beautiful way to like end the movie in that moment where like that's
Yeah.
where he dies.
He
and
never
then-
has to come back.
Yeah, he never has to come back. I totally get it. But like, dude, I still can never forget. Sorry, the first time I watched this movie and seeing the bookcase scene for the
And
first time.
having that moment of realization.
Or no, like not even that, but just being absolutely
Oh, yeah.
fucking like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like
Aliens.
just the fractals of everything.
Yeah, and just like dude, transported into another fucking time and dimension, and just like, fuck, like it was like an existential like crisis I'm having in this moment watching this scene, and just like
Totally.
this is just so beyond what I can think.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the fact
not-
that a human wrote this.
Yeah.
A human
Yeah.
wrote this from our generation.
Yeah.
That-
Achieved a movie out of it.
It was so fucking like, I thought it was brilliant, and like the fact that like it is explained that like it is fifth dimensional beings, it is us generations from now when
Right.
we have ascended to a fifth dimension doing this for us and like giving me this.
to do it for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like,
It is so fucking like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I don't even have the right fucking words to put into how
It's like when you think of
affected
this,
I was.
like the scale of space, it's like, like fucking whatever, like some star that's 1,000,000 times bigger than the sun. It's like, that it's that big, but you still in your own mind can't even make the comparison.
no.
Right.
It's just not doable.
that's
incomprehensible.
that's kind of where it turns into, bringing back the whole Contact thing. Like that takes me back to that moment in Contact where it's
where
like,
she's looking at the beauty.
it's like, yeah, like, we did all of these things to get us to this crazy point. Like, of course, the end is some crazy shit that we probably can't really comprehend, but it's like, it has to have a physical form for us to understand.
Yeah.
And the bookcase for me is that. It's like, that's the comprehension of all of these things that like, this is how we get the message across.
Yeah. I get why. Like, it was a thing.
You're like, no, I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did. It's like, oh, the aliens are the bulk beings. TARS referred to them as bulk beings later, which I was like, what does that mean? But
I
whatever.
remember that.
But
I think that was just his way of saying they, all of them, the
Right.
bulk, the fucking. But
I get they
it
made
is
a
human
tool.
though.
Supposedly.
So yeah,
You can gather that,
Yeah.
but yeah.
or from origin at least.
Yeah.
Human origin. Oh,
Yeah, they're not. I mean, humans going through dimensions. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
But like,
They're
yeah,
Morlocks.
They had to make a tool.
just an evolved, fucking
yeah.
thing.
So, anyways, he communicates the code, and then Murph is done wasting all her time being bitter and angry, and then actually like reading the code, which had apparently been in the bedroom for arguably 30 years or whatever the fuck, however old she is.
kind of a cunt move on her part, but
could have saved humanity 20 years earlier.
Could've.
Just saying.
Man, like I feel like we're glossing over so much of this, but it's like,
Yeah.
we've covered a shitload.
We've covered so much
We've
of
kind
it.
of covered like the big broad strokes of this movie.
Yeah.
And not necessarily a lot of like the performances. I mean, fucking Topher Grace is in it, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's just another one of those side characters that you're like, it's fine.
It's
Yeah.
fun. Like we didn't even necessarily talk too much about Matt Damon, who was like, he was a really well-informed piece of shit. Like he did a really
Yeah.
good job.
Great movie. Great role in this
Performance.
movie.
Yeah. By the way, one of the things you said earlier was it was like how when Matt Damon was describing how their mission was futile to begin with, like they just sent them out to die or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was Matt Damon preserving his own self, because at that point in Matt Damon's perspective, he is trying to trick them into getting back onto the ship and maroon them.
But it still was true, right?
Well, not necessarily.
Michael Caine sent them out, and I mean, they all knew there was
With the knowledge of like not having his equation ever having the possibility of being completed.
Oh,
because we
well,
don't have enough
apparently
data.
he solved it before and still didn't matter.
Well, I thought that him
was
saying
lying?
that, yes, I thought that itself was a lie to get them.
Because then it would make them.
Because then he immediately
reinforce
gets
his-
their trust.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Possible.
yeah. But it's also a thing that's like whatever.
Well, either way. Well, I guess not, because she solves it, quote unquote, later.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So maybe it wasn't the intention. Like
Yeah, I'm just-
I don't think he intentionally manipulated them to kill them.
No, I'm positive he did. Oh no, you
talking
mean
about
Michael
Michael
Caine?
Caine,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Like he, like not kill them, but you're going to our new
uses-
planet. Period.
He uses option A as like a buffer to get them there.
Yes.
Right.
But the real mission is option B.
That's what they argue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think most of, if not everything, Matt Damon said to them was a flat out lie to get them to place their trust in him.
Well, especially about like the surface and all of that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes total
He
sense.
lied about his planet, all that shit, but
He probably did set an end date too, like to wake up.
Probably.
maybe. A fun fact though, he was in no marketing for this movie. He was a
Nope.
well kept
Yeah,
secret.
I remember.
being in the
Yeah.
theater. They unzip a bag and it's Matt Damon.
You're like, what?
oh shit, that's so cool. Such a cool twist.
Matt
Such a cool twist.
Spaceman.
Man, Spaceman. Arguably in the exact movie a year later, The Martian,
Oh yeah, yeah.
2015, right?
Good movie.
That's a good movie.
But yeah, good movie.
Not quite Interstellar, but it is a good
No,
movie.
but what is?
Yeah.
So yeah, back to Matthew McConaughey and the bookshelf thing. It's one of those things where I haven't ever been the biggest fan of that part of it, the representation and just the execution of it. It's funny because like in 2001, my favorite movie, spoilers, when the cosmonaut gets to the end of his wormhole, it does something arguably similar.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, what the fuck is this reality?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time and space does not matter. I think it was the execution where it was like and I know it's a tool, it's a tesseract, blah, blah. I contradict myself because I love the fact that he returns and then leaves again. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I love the ending of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
dude, it's another one of those Christopher Nolan fucking
Exactly.
epilogues, dude.
Exactly.
Just it's
it ain't over. Directed by.
And
And
it's-
it's always that.
It's always the all of these timelines ending at once.
Yep.
It's like there are several through lines that are finally getting tied up.
Yeah, just him just putting a bow on the whole thing
Yeah.
every time.
and it always ends with like just that little bit of uplifting.
Yeah.
news. Like
Yeah.
he wants you to leave on a high note.
And dude, the final frame is Doctor
Brand.
yeah.
on her planet.
On her brand new planet.
Oh,
Thanks
Fuck.
for listening to There Are Too Many Movies. That was
Thanks.
100
That was it.
episodes.
We've
we're
ended
done.
them all.
We're ending on that joke. We're ending the whole podcast on that joke.
But
Actually.
yeah, that's the final frame, man. And she fucking she was right.
And again,
it was love.
It was
Yeah,
love.
exactly. And-
Love was bringing her to that planet. It was Poo-hoo.
fucking
It was
shit.
transcending dimensions, dude.
Big poo-hoo.
Ugh. Pain.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Interstellar. Some quick fun facts because I wrote down a shit ton of them. Let me just go through them.
Go for it.
So Anne Hathaway suffered from hypothermia while filming in Iceland.
Well, it is called Iceland.
So
Nice.
yeah, that was on the which planet was that on? Man's planet? Iceland, where they filmed?
Yes.
Man's planet.
Yeah. So there was actually a hole in her suit.
I was literally just like, which country is an ocean?
Let's see. They say the wormhole was placed near Saturn as a reference to 2001. I don't think that's real, but they said Stanley Kubrick originally planned for part of the movie to take place at Saturn, but because the visual effects technology couldn't do the rings at that time, he changed it to Jupiter. Which I'm not sure. is actually
Well,
true.
they're both gas planets, which doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Well, the rings were whatever. Let's see. The majority of the shots of TARS were not CG generated. Obvious. Many of the IMAX lenses used by Boindy Boindy Boindy.
Yes.
Many of those lenses were made for this movie. They were all prototypes, never before seen or used, and some of them were getting last-minute modifications up until the days before filming.
Oh my
Did
god.
you remember how amazing those IMAX sequences were, dude?
Yeah,
This is just a fucking feast for the eyes.
Yeah. Another fun
Did
fact.
you see this in the theater, Alex?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Dr. Kip Thorne won a scientific bet against Stephen Hawking upon the astrophysics theory that underlies this movie. As a consequence, Hawking had to subscribe to Penthouse magazine for a year, which I'm sure he was super bummed about.
Yeah, that's kind of torturous.
Yeah, especially if you know.
I think he still had women like jerk him off and stuff.
Yeah, people with ALS can get boners. I know that because I watched the Jason Becker documentary.
Yeah.
Well, basically,
Good documentary.
Yeah,
Shouts to Jason Becker.
Yeah, shred god.
Stephen Hawking was known for getting strippers and stuff. Like
That's
he went to strip clubs and
hilarious.
shit. Yeah. Anyways,
Good
yeah,
for him.
He lost the bet and had to subscribe to Penthouse. So
He's like, oh no.
yeah, exactly.
They're like, did you want to resubscribe? I don't understand. He's like, just send me
a new subscription like I asked for.
Let's see. Yeah, I talked about that already. The shape of the space station is a reference to a clock face.
Nice.
Time being a major theme
Cool.
in this movie.
I was like, oh wait, that's not a real spaceship, huh? That's not like an actual design of a real spaceship. Weird.
Let's see. Yeah, every tick. We talked about that. Hoyt van Hoyteman. He retooled an IMAX camera to be handheld for shooting interior scenes. Which is really
Fuck. Yeah, but right?
He's like, can you please not make this a Dutch angle? He's like, I can't.
There's like 3 bodybuilders carrying the IMAX camera.
He fucking hires Tom Hardy's Bane to fucking be the camera operator for Interstellar.
That's how he trained for Dark Knight.
Right,
He
he
just
just
lifted
was the
IMAX
camera.
cameras. With a running time of 2 hours, 47 minutes, and 7 seconds, it is the longest IMAX movie ever released as of 2014.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It also, the IMAX version of this movie that was released in theaters is actually 2 minutes shorter than the digital version.
Weird.
The digital version actually has scrolling text as opposed to the IMAX version, which has single card text to flash through the credits faster. This is because the film reels of IMAX have a max time length of 2 hours and 47 minutes. So his movie, he cut
Was the max possible?
He cut 2 minutes of it so he didn't have to waste a whole nother third IMAX spool.
Oh, wow.
On just the credits.
On just extending credits.
Like, and here's your change, a whole IMAX film canister.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen those fucking canisters?
I can only imagine.
Dude.
It's like the canisters from Horizon Zero
Dude,
Dawn.
it's like a room, dude. It's like Chris's living room is like a spool of that film. It's fucking insane.
Yeah. So the last thing is, although Doyle is presumed drowned after being struck by the tidal wave,
He's actually just sleeping.
well, in a deleted scene, he's just like, he basically his suit appears to still be intact, which means there's oxygen on the inside, which means he could be saved. And hypothetically, if you wanted to save him, 50 years could pass.
Oh, shit.
And you could go back, and only a few minutes will have
true.
passed. Which
but
was a
he
total-
probably got mangled as fuck in that wave, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, that'd be cool,
Right,
but
yeah,
it's like,
but you still can.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the time thing fucks with me so much. Where it's like the one line Anne Hathaway had, where it's like, wait, why is her transponder doing this or doing that? It's like, well, she just crashed like
Yeah.
a few hours
That-
ago.
And she may have died minutes ago.
Dude.
Bruh.
Like the fact that they left
My monkey brain just went, I want some bananas.
Yeah.
Like
dude.
what? Yeah,
Like an entire spool of bananas.
yeah, like
Right.
what? I
Like-
need food. Like that's where my brain went.
Accept your dumbness.
Yeah,
Like
fucking stupid as shit.
when she
Crazy.
drops that line, you're like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Dude.
Well, it makes me think about time on Earth.
Yeah.
I think it's all relative. I mean, it is, but it's like it makes you think of like, oh, time flies when you're having fun. Time flies. Time is probably different in location and elevation and
As
all
you
kinds of
get
shit.
older,
Yeah, like people age differently. It's just like all of that relativity to me. I don't know. It's
time's fucking crazy, dude.
time's fucking. I got a big brain. That's all I'm trying to say.
fucking.
Time's a fat circle, man.
Should we do DMT?
Let's do DMT, dumb movie title for
Whoa.
for Interstellar.
Get out of your own house.
Yeah, sorry. I'm running out of fumes here.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I came up with my first DMT ever on this show.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
for Interstellar.
When we came up with the concept of DMT, I asked him, what is the DMT for Interstellar?
Country Boy Spaceman.
Country Boy Spaceman.
If it's not that, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
I
it
also
kinda
have
has to
another
be.
one. Big search space home for a long time.
Gotta save humanity. Yeah, but it's Randy Newman voice.
Yep.
Save humanity.
Just beat damn home long time.
Yep. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Wilson?
I've got I'm All Out of Cum, the movie. Because I'm all out of cum.
Yeah. And just nutted
I
at 700
piss cum.
G's.
I piss cum the movie.
I've got Country Boy Spaceman. I wrote that down in case you forgot it.
You're like, I didn't forget it.
I've got 2021, A Bookshelf Odyssey.
Nice.
Time is a Fat Circle. And then I've got, you ever just clap space?
Perfect.
Or you ever just clap time? Either one. Which I came up with 30 minutes ago.
Nice.
Time clappers. Oh.
Nice. Cockstopper. Whatever. Have you seen Time Bandits?
Yeah, it's a great,
Great
movie.
movie.
Great movie, actually. One of the best time travel movies ever.
That was
DMT for Interstellar.
Boys.
Do we have a winner for No, we don't.
No.
Because we are banking episodes right
Yes.
now. Yeah, we are doing some. I'm doing some traveling in May, and we're not missing a week. So we're pre-recording a bunch of shit. So
Sorry, we didn't get your.
So much like the astronauts, we're in the past.
Yes.
We're kind of
Oh,
time is relative.
Time is a flat circle, and
So
Fat-
if
fat
I
circle.
die next week and this episode still comes out, technically,
Technically, he's on a different. He's like it's relative. You know.
Heath Ledger vibes.
Albert Einstein predicted this
tell
in the
Christopher
30s.
Nolan to direct the Stanley Kubrick's Unmade Napoleon, please.
Oh shit!
I wish that for the world.
Yeah.
I genuinely do wish that. Like,
Just gonna put that into the universe before I die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the one thing I hope humanity still
Yeah, I trust him with that.
gets. Okay, boys, it's time for the big one. Is it cinema with Marty Scorsese?
this is an obvious. Just let's get through it.
I know. Let's get through it. Alex, is this
Duh.
cinema? All right, Chris, is it cinema?
Duh.
Of course, it is fucking cinema. Clearly, absolutely, 100% cinema.
That's on some duh shit.
Yeah.
But the big question is this: is it? Wait, does it, in fact, belong in 4:3 format, motherfuckers?
Yee.
Is it as good as Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Yeah, that's the barometer.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
And arguably this is,
The ultimate.
well, you know, it's all shot in IMAX, so it would, if you used a full frame, it would be in 4:3 for most of the sequences.
Forgot to do this.
This is our first 4:3 movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on episode
Legit.
100, we give you the first 4:3 movie.
Boom.
This movie
We did it,
belongs in
fam.
4:3.
We did it, episode 100.
That is the highest ranking a movie on this podcast can receive.
Yep.
And you know,
For what it's worth.
no doubt about it.
These three idiots think it's a good movie.
It's good.
No doubt
we
about it.
enjoyed it.
Have you seen the porno version? It's called Interstellar.
It's called In Her Stell Her. In Her Stell Her. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
All right,
You know.
I liked Interstellar.
All right. Just moving right along.
moving right along.
Any 4'3" listeners will get a free sticker.
Or if you're 43 years old, we'll send you a sticker as well. Josh, you just had a birthday.
You're not 43 though.
Nope. Happy birthday to me.
Anyways, should we do budget?
Okay, sure.
You definitely know it, right?
No.
Oh, really?
I don't know it either.
Fuck. All right, I'll go first.
Let's do budget for Interstellar.
So you guys can cheat off me because I'm definitely right.
Okay.
$535 million.
That's a solid guess. $500 million is what you just guessed.
Yes,
by the way.
I'm aware.
Okay.
Chris?
I'm going to guess $250 million to make this movie.
Shit.
5 to I'm gonna go with $117 million.
Wow. Alexa,
God
how much
damn it.
did the movie Interstellar cost to make?
Hey.
I hold on. I think I fucked it up when I was messing with the mixer earlier. Hey Google, how much did the movie Interstellar cost to make?
According to English Wikipedia, Interstellar had a budget of $165 million.
Wow.
You
Josh
did
wins.
it.
Josh wins.
I just want to say one thing, and I'd like to reiterate it. Huh?
Yeah, that's kind of wild, huh?
Yeah, it didn't cost nearly as much as Justice League, right?
Yeah. I don't think
Bam.
Or most other things that make
Definitely
that,
not as much as Avengers Endgame, which was entirely shot on a green screen.
Yeah.
God.
2 studios funded this. $165 million. Crazy. I was way
Nuts.
off.
Yes.
You were way off. You guessed $500 million. Hey, that would be the most expensive movie ever made, by the way.
That was the same price of GTA 5, which came out the year prior.
What?
So, yeah.
Oh my God.
GTA 5 cost $500 million.
Hold on. Hey, Google, what was the most expensive movie ever made?
I think for inflation, wasn't it
Yeah.
that Roman one?
Charge of the Light Brigade or whatever.
No,
Or Cleopatra, right?
no.
Hey, Google, what was the most expensive movie ever made?
Pirates of the Caribbean, on Stranger Tides.
Oh.
Here's a summary from the website Insider.com.
I remember.
The most expensive movie made is 2011's Pirates of the Caribbean, on Stranger Tides, which cost a reported $376.5 million.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Just to
Fuck.
have fucking Johnny Depp go.
It blows my mind.
Sorry, I just
that-
had to reiterate how wrong you are.
No, I'm aware. I'm
Okay.
usually wrong.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean, like, how does it always break its own records? And it's like, do you know anyone that cares about that?
Yeah, it's wild. It's like, you're not Harry Potter. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's like, we had a short ride at Disney World 30 years ago.
Whatever.
Why do I care?
Also, check out Jungle Cruise in theaters this summer,
What's
starring
that?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Oh, it's Pirates 2.
Is that a ride from Disneyland?
Yeah,
God.
it was a ride that they turned into a movie.
That's ridiculous.
Fun. Fun.
Summer
Fun,
top down.
Fun.
Kazoo!
You have no idea what we're talking about?
No.
God, we have to show you that.
All right. Anything else on this?
You want to do actor game for Maddie McConaughey?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna black the fuck out like I'm docking this
Yeah.
space station because I'm running out of neurons here. Matthew McConaughey,
Yep.
Fuck.
Interstellar.
Alex. Oh,
What?
I was gonna have Alex start.
Interstellar.
Mud.
Dallas Buyers Club.
Contact.
The Lincoln Lawyer.
Nice.
Dazed and Confused.
God damn it. I'll just end myself.
Tropic Thunder.
Nice. True Detective.
A Time to Kill.
Beach Bum.
Fuck you. Fucking Matthew McConaughey. Oh wait, Fool's Gold.
Nice.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Nice.
Fuck. Nope. Wrong.
it's
Fucking
Heath
wrong,
Ledger?
dude.
It's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, isn't
It
it?
is.
I see the picture in my head. Hey, remember that last week or a while back when you...
Alrighty.
Yeah, he's
we're
already
gonna-
trying to get ahead of it.
Oh, yeah.
I do not recall
Thank
that.
you guys for listening to There Are Too Many Movies.
For 100 episodes, by the way.
100.
Which I'm sure you've listened to every single one of them.
Yes.
We're in them three figures finally.
Yeah, which is crazy. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for listening. Join our Discord. Join the family. Join the Blood Relatives. Hang out with us. Support the show. Share this with a friend. We'd love to see this grow more. And we're happy it's grown as far as it has.
Tell your fucking friends about us. B.
Later, Toads.
There you go.